Hiya folk, we are so glad that you are joining us chasing Foxfires, our home game of Dungeons & Dragons. Before we start, we'd like to give a quick shout out to Syrinscape, an amazing program that helps you manage your soundtracks, as well as a variety of amazing background sounds. They've been an absolute lifesaver when we were forced to move from the table to the online D&D space, so definitely check them out at Syrinscape.com. If we are all ready. Last session, the party prepared. After returning home to Thule from Orion, Denarian was unexpectedly set upon by Nax's assailant, and it kicked the entire party into gear. You invited Roni over for breakfast, and you got from him some urgently needed supplies, as well as made a few slower commissions. And with the help of Reaver, Nax got some personal assistance from your old lich friend Lysander, and was able to learn the spell Plane Shift a lot easier. He cast non-detection on all of you just before leaving, and you were about to all pop out when Denarian revealed that he was planning to leave Greki in Thule. The combined efforts of mostly Sam and Luna persuaded him in the end that all of you were going to be teleported to the Frostfall, including Greki, and you appeared there successfully, right in front of the Palace of Ice. The palace itself looks like it once must have been grandiose, white blue stone standing against a stark white snowy background. However, of the amalgamation of towers that once must have reached the sky, most appear to be at least partially collapsed. On top of that, it is cold. But due to some quick thinking from Nax, none of you got a point of exhaustion and instead waited in the comfortable and small dome, while Reaver did some reconnaissance of the palace by means of ethereal plane. Between him and Finn, you managed to spot an opening and created a gate that put you at the very top in the highest tower of the palace. So you find yourself in a previously grand room with a big hole in one side of it, where you placed your gate and through which you entered. On either side of the room, you can see what must have once been display or trophy cases. However, upon entry, what stood out most is what looks almost like some form of sarcophagus, entirely made out of ice, somewhat broken and crumbled, but definitely looking like there is an empty indentation in there in which a Nax-shaped figure would have perfectly fit. So what would you all like to do? Finn.
Question.
Yes.
Is it a sarcophagus as in it's like there's a space, or it's a perfect mold of like Nax could fit in there? Like just
It's more like a sarcophagus, a human-shaped block of ice.
But it's not like a plastic mold of Nax would be popped out of there. Okay,
No.
right.
It would
Just said
be
Nax could fit, and I was like, was he made?
very interesting to see if he gained weight in the last 2,000 years.
Does it have a little slot out for his horns?
There is space for his horns.
It's cute.
Is it like a recessed space, or is just the head bigger, taller perhaps?
It looks like it would fit perfectly.
Suspicious. It's almost as if you've been here before, Nax.
I'm going to approach cautiously, and I'd like to detect if there's any magical forces around.
You can roll either an Arcana or an Investigation check.
While he's doing that, I want to keep an eye out for shifting in the snow, because I never left any trails when I was up here. So if there's any extra footprints since I've been here, or if there's any sort of scuffling or shuffling.
29.
Oh wow. Okay. Yes, there is something that was once magical about it. Looking at it, you can see on the ground around it what looks like arcane inscribing, so runes. But the sarcophagus and the ground itself have been broken and crumpled. So whatever was once there is no longer intact. But with that high a roll, you yourself don't necessarily know the spell, but you think that with the right amount of learning and teaching, you could probably learn something similar like this. It looked like a very powerful imprisonment spell that is kind of in a circle on the floor written around this ice sarcophagus.
Well, that's ominous. It looks like this was here as a form of imprisonment. Is that what the runes, all the runes that say, that's what they are telling me?
Yeah, so there's a broken up circle around the sarcophagus, and it's definitely whatever's on the inside was being held there.
I guess my question on hearing that this is an ominous and seeing that it's a rune circle, any same language as the runes in the floor in Orion that had the anti-magic field?
No, that was a very unique.
Different alphabet.
That was a very unique kind of spell that you found there, and I think Nax definitely had a moment of, this is, even for me, this is next level. Whereas what's on the ground here, Nax definitely, with the right amount of study and time, would be able to learn a similar type of spell.
Nice.
You said the ground was cracked, and was the sarcophagus cracked?
Yes.
Does it
was
look
also
like
broken?
Does it look like it's wear and tear from like the outside going in, or does it look as though the cracks stem from the sarcophagus outwards?
It looks like. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, you could have just told me. My investigation shit. 10.
10. Hard to say.
I never took up pottery. I'm like.
Did the sarcophagus break from inside the house or outside?
I'm just imagining the mummy, kind of like that kind of coffin style going on. In this room, there's I think Reverb might have mentioned. Yeah, he's looked around. In the secondary room, that's a hole just going down, isn't it?
Yes.
It goes all the way down to the bottom of the
So
tower.
the room is a bit oval, circular in shape, and there's one exit that was meant to be there other than the hole in the wall. But there's one intentional exit, and it's just a hole leading down, and it doesn't look. I mean, it's somewhat damaged, but it doesn't look like there was meant to be a floor there. There's no beams that you can see sticking out of the wall that have broken up. It looks like this place was meant to just be going straight down.
No fireman's pole or anything like that. It was just
Nope.
right. Okay.
These people could fly.
Is there any footprints or anything around?
Roll me a survival check, and Reaver, you can join in on that one.
I wasn't looking for like specific footprints left. I was wanting to keep an eye out for shifting snow or frost, because we've been dealing with invisible things up until now. So
I'll take the survival check. Still, is that a 10?
okay.
That's a crit. Stop
That's a
20
crit.
times. That's a
Okay.
crit. This is a
Well-
good first roll.
7.
Okay. There's a relatively strong wind here, both from being high up as well as that the weather in this place is just fucking cold and shit. And even though you are right now inside an enclosed space, because of that hole in the wall, you are occasionally being blasted by wind, and it is really, really, really cold. Even those of you with cold resistance, you feel that, like, if I stay too long in this, might not be good for me. Denarian, you notice that in the bits of snow that have wafted in through this hole and that are kind of speckling and covering some parts here, there are footprints. other than the ones that you have just now left by trampling all over the place as you're entering and climbing over these rocks, you see further into the room, and you can just about see it because the layer of snow here is quite thin. You can see that there are maybe a day or so old footprints. The edge is starting to curve ever so slightly. They're not sharp enough to have happened within the last, say, the last noon. But they can't be too old either.
Is there anything remarkable about footprints? But just normal footprints, not going to look like super heavy, big, or...
They look humanoid. Size would fit that of a humanoid creature. There's nothing in terms of claws or hooves.
Does the footprints circle around the room, or do they go straight from the opening straight to the hole?
So what you can see, and the room isn't entirely covered in snow, it kind of stops halfway.
Oh, okay.
But what you can see is that they do appear to circle. There's no consistent straight path that's being walked.
Are there any campfire remnants around?
No.
No.
No, the only thing that you can obviously spot in this environment, other than this frozen sarcophagus or this block of ice, is these glass cases standing on either side.
Okay.
Can I start having a look at the glass cases, please?
Absolutely. Just out of interest, from where you are standing, facing the ice, are you going clockwise or counterclockwise? If I'm looking at the map, are you going this way around or the reverse way around?
The reverse.
So that way.
Yeah, so start at the top. Well, top right,
There.
north,
Yes.
east. Yes.
Okay. Walking over there, you maybe wouldn't face you that much, but you are met with a fairly gruesome sight. Underneath the glass here, which is slightly weathered and frosted over, so you have to rub it a little bit to get a better view. You see two heads that appear to have been decapitated. Frozen. The skin is entirely blue, and the expression is somewhat in terror. And you recognize these heads. Both of them, one of them is human, one of them is tiefling. And you recognize these as your former peers, Opokin and Kudoch.
Can you write them in the channel so I can spell them?
Absolutely. Actually, I'll just say it out loud. Opokin is Opokin.
Yeah.
And Kuroch is Kuroch.
Which one's the tiefling?
The tiefling is Opokin.
Can I gain access to the heads readily, or are they...
You'd have to remove the glass. They are under a glass case.
I would like to check glass that I'm not going to get surprised by anything magical or non-magical before I lift it.
I say with your previous 29 on Arcana, you don't see any magical protection here. If you would like to search for non-magical protection, you can roll me an investigation check.
Pretty good as well. Crit with 25.
Oh! Doesn't appear to be trapped.
In which case I'll lift it off and
Okay.
place it down.
There's a little bit of, when something is pulled vacuum just because of the change of temperature, and it being in place for a long time, there's a little bit of like, pah, when you lift it up, but otherwise the glass case comes off without issue, slightly on the heavy side, but that's it. You see the heads are remarkably well preserved. Then again, it is somewhere between the -20 and the -30s around here, so bacteria don't stand much of a chance.
That being said, sorry, go on next.
On you go. I was going to call you over anyway, Finn, so...
I was gonna say, can I see aside like the hell out of this? Just kind of get the scalp out to check on the bits of flesh to see, like, how much necrosis?
Necrosis.
Yes. That, yeah, it's like the character. Yes, just kind of, and I want to take it from like all different angles on it, because I'll guide myself as I want to just try and ascertain, was this recent? Was this years ago? And it seems to be very well preserved.
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine, I've got expertise. That's 25 plus a d4.
Is that guidance?
It is. That's
Noted.
28.
Okay. Having a look at this, I mean, the heads are, it's definitely decapitated heads. They stop, at the neck. There's nothing below there.
Mm-hmm.
Some form of weapon, most likely. It doesn't look like it was torn. It looks like a relatively clean cut, although you've seen Reaver do better. It's hard to say how old exactly it is, just because of the weather and the fact that these were under a glass case. You can imagine that this was somewhat of a, I don't want to say protected environment, but a
more preserved than others.
Yeah. Even so, this looks old.
Okay.
Definitely not something that happened within the last 20, maybe even 50 years. But
oh shit.
Beyond that, it becomes hard to tell. Like, was it 70, 100, 200 years ago? You've also not quite been in these, like, weather circumstances this extreme. So how well does a freezer preserve a decapitated body part?
Yeah, true. I'll kind of say to the group, so, it was cut off, Reaver does better, but this has been here probably longer than most of us have been alive. I would say upwards of 20 plus years. This was not something that was just done yesterday, or even remotely close to yesterday.
Are you suggesting that most of us are under 20?
I'm suggesting most of us are under 50, because this is several dozen years of work.
Look at Finn and raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, I think, like, Alex also gives that look.
Finn just kind of starts looking around and going, I know I'm not the youngest here. I mean, Reaver, no. No, please tell me I can't be the youngest person here.
I mean,
that's not fair.
Reaver stopped aging years ago.
I know he stopped aging. I think we're roughly similar age.
No. Like,
how?
Reaver's young.
I thought you stopped aging, but you kept. Oh no, that was. Oh yeah, so you would be still younger than me.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's important to know that in every other important aspect, though, he is definitely older than you. Emotionally. He's like your older brother, you know? Finn, you don't have siblings, do you?
No, I'm an only child, which don't read too much into that.
I won't. Now I want to, but I won't. It's like when you have a younger sibling that's more mature, and occasionally you forget and introduce them as your older sibling. And then I just gesture at Reaver.
Does that make Eritrean like the cousin that comes round?
Eritrean Farstrider, the incredibly well-aged elf, is mercurial and hard to pin down because he is an Eladrin.
It's the wine drinking Annie.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, always wearing like really like kind of floral regalia.
Goes on cool trips, brings back the best presents.
Always wearing chunky jewelry.
Holy crap!
Every
You
dream's
brought
a
me back
cool
a
unfold.
crocodile skull. Wow.
Anyway.
Remind me, who has the propensity to talk to dead things?
Points at Reaver.
Fancy obliging? Take your pick.
Yeah. Do you have a set of questions that you are looking to?
Well, no, are we finally going to start writing these down in advance?
I have a few tonight.
Okay.
How many do I get?
You get 5.
You joke, I had the last ones on my character sheet.
I would like to fill at least 3, so if anyone else wants to ask anything of one of these lovely fellows, then...
Oh, I'd like to know about the fashion from 2,000 years ago in a different plane.
Anyone with slightly less frivolous questions?
How dare you? It's important that if I ever decide to...
Finding out more about our enemy should be our goal. Finding out who killed them, how, maybe why.
Covered most
Do
of
we
that,
do
yeah.
we know the name of the person from your past who thinks you should have stayed dead?
No.
Okay, that's an excellent question. It's always more polite to shit talk your adversaries by name.
Oh. Well, I would like to know how they came to lose their body.
Yeah.
When it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
What was the purpose of this room we're in just now? What happened to Apotamkin?
Okay.
I guess, who can we expect to find here?
Okay. Quick notice, they won't know anything that's happened prior to their dispersal. So they'll know up until the point probably where the
You mean
the
post,
occurred.
not prior.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it. I was like,
Yeah. Sorry, post.
That would be the weirdest ghost.
Yeah. So we'll have a go, and I'll
Before you do so,
slowly reach out to draw.
I think I mentioned last session that Max's room does feel vaguely familiar to you. Like, you've seen it once in a dream, and the memory of it is faded, but seeing it, you're like, oh yeah, I think I remember bits of it. It looks entirely different from what you remember, which is why there's no immediate recognition as such. But you do remember that this tower was a very exclusive place. There's a reason that there's no stairs leading up here. Very much to make this a place where only specific people could come. So you do have that bit of memory available to you.
I'd set my hand on the tiefling. One's a tiefling and one is a
Human. Yeah.
What do they like? Do they have like? Does the tiefling look very similar to Nax, or is it?
It's somewhere between blue and white skinned, and you can't quite tell whether that is because it would be their actual skin color
Or frostbite.
or long death and
Yeah.
frostbite.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll place my hand on its forehead and then listen.
Okay. And as you place your hand on it, while you're holding it, you can feel ever so slightly that the skin heats up a little bit to the touch, and while you're doing that, it starts becoming a little squishy.
Okay.
Okay. And you can feel the kind of the rattling.
And then the way mine works is I just hear it sort of whispering from. So Nax, if you just tell me the question and I'll sort of speak through me for it, and I'll just repeat whatever Nax asks.
How did you come to lose your body?
I'd just say there was a.
Ramazor commanded the statues. We had no idea he'd planned something. But the armor, the blades, and you can imagine, Reaver, if the head could, it would look down at its own body, as it says, to cut it off.
You say statues.
Yes.
So, what was that?
Ramazor.
Ramazor.
Yes.
Ramazor statues commanded the statues to cut their heads off. Okay.
What was the name?
Ramazor. Ramazor.
Okay. I tell the group this.
I'll save a question in case you have any follow-ups that you come up. I'm thinking if I have one, but what is this room in the tower purpose?
It was our room of worship and gathering, where only the most accomplished of us would meet with Ibor Dalzim.
Okay.
This was the room of our greatest accomplishment.
What is the last you remember of Apotamkin Narsigs?
You hear and see the jaw crack a bit, Weaver, as it awkwardly moves up and down in some form of rattling laugh, and there's a feeling of menace behind that. He was a wonderful display piece and a lesson to all who tried to defy Ibor Dalzim. He got what he deserved. Can I have an insight check from you, Reaver?
Yeah, totally. 18.
There's not necessarily intonation as such, but there's something about that, those who defied Ibor Dalzim that feels off. There's something more to that. It's like if there was an intake of breath, you could hear someone pause before they say something.
Right. Like kind of, like sort of fear, or as in like he had to pause to choose his words because he wasn't sure.
More the latter. He had to. He. It feels like the words were very specifically chosen, almost.
Like they were sort of drilled in rather than someone's own choice.
Not necessarily.
Okay. I'll let it be known.
Weaver hears it. Tells us. We just see nothing. We just see the heads go, and not
Although
like moving.
all
that
of
sort
you
thing.
just now witnessed the jaw slowly moving up and down, and in its frozen state, there's a lot of cracking that comes with that. It's not a particularly it's not a particularly pleasant sight.
No. I thought you succeeded in killing Eborg Dalzin Nax. I don't remember. That's what I wrote down in my Ballad of Nax, though. I may have to revise it. But I thought you won.
I'm not sure that it was so clear cut.
Okay.
So as far as the heads think, you're still in there.
As a display piece.
Right.
I mean, who's laughing now? Who's the display piece now? Huh?
I'm guessing we'll find an empty one in a minute once we make it around the room or something. What was it that Apotamkin deserved?
Eternal imprisonment, to be a deterrent, an example.
Is
a warning.
Is that what this thinks, or is that what has been told? Does that sort of?
There's all of this, there's an undertone of resentment.
Oh, okay. Does it ring as like jealousy?
Maybe a little.
Okay.
There's resentment and almost a bit of he had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm following this correctly, everything you said so far, Raver, Nax defies Eborg Dalzin, gets thrown in a sarcophagus. These two are, at some point in the future, betrayed by someone named Ramazar and beheaded by statues.
Well, this one. Did it?
This one. We've not spoken to the other.
Did it clarify that it was like we or the statues attacked us, or was it?
You asked how this person lost their body.
Yeah.
So it answered specifically had they lost their body.
Oh, okay, cool.
Although Finn, looking at the heads, they do have very similar wounds. I mean, you got a 25 on medicine, that is easy enough for you to see.
Oh, is that why the wound is so janky? Because it was like a blunt object that cut the heads off. That'd be cool. Sorry, continue.
So does anyone have any fantastic questions before I continue down this track of questioning?
Yes.
For
Why would Eborg Dalzim not avenge these two? Like, there was vengeance upon you for your crimes. Why was there no punishment for the beheading of... Does that make sense? No, things are a bit twisted in my head.
I guess we don't know enough about that to, I think, discern anything valuable from one question. We don't know if Ramasar was, doing the bidding of Delzim, or if it was against the bidding, or completely unrelated to the bidding.
Do we know anything about who Ramazor was before? Like, just they commanded statues. I don't remember the name.
Nax vaguely remembered him as one of the masses. A nobody. A person that you've once seen in a crowd of 100 people who's not... Like, remembered the face, but there's nothing that sets them apart.
That also sounds remarkably similar to how you described recognizing the person that was trying to kill you.
Do they tie up as being similar nobodies? Okay.
Perfect.
For reference, we can, if you have any questions that you're wanting to go over above the 5, I can ask the other head also.
I really want to know about the fashion.
I mean, I'm intrigued about finding more about Ramasar.
Probably more important.
I'm also intrigued to understand what the betrayal was that resulted in internal imprisonment.
Well, this one seems to know, or this one seems to have an idea of what you did to deserve whatever you did. So should we go with that?
Yeah, go with that then.
Okay. So what did Nax do to deserve the imprisonment?
Apotamkin, specifically, because they won't know who Nax is.
Noted. You get a creaking whisper. Apotamkin just up and left one day, stopped following orders and thought he was better. And when ordered to come back home, Iberg Dalzim had to come and get him. Somewhat of an embarrassment if you're a god, isn't it? And when Apotamkin still returned, well, eternal cryostasis it was.
Was that 5?
That was 5.
Oh,
well,
just like pat it.
Who's having the last laugh now?
As you let go of it, Reaver, since you've held on to it a little bit, there's definitely there's bits of mushy flesh, and those bits are definitely, you can feel time almost catching up with it, since you are heating that up a little bit through your hands just by touching it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a particularly fantastic mushy feeling.
So I don't have bare hands, mate. I've got gauntlet-y things.
So you do.
So
you don't have the skin on skin contact. You just feel that your gauntlet sinks in a little bit deeper than it would in a regular head.
So
yeah.
Oh God.
The second one?
I'm sure we could easily come up with another 5 questions to ask. Whether you consider value using your energy?
Yeah, totally fine.
I think it's just to corroborate their stories would be good as well.
I rest the gauntlet on the top of the other head and I'm like,
okay.
Weirdly, this is not that big a deal for me anymore.
Little bit less scaly. Whatever hair may have been there, it's entirely white, but that might very well be just discoloring over time. This is very much someone who looks to have blue skin due to the environment it's in. You cast your spell?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Who is Ramasar?
You get the impression of a slightly younger voice, maybe. That insolent young arse. Just one of, well, was one of the acolytes.
Do we feel we want to corroborate here and confirm Ramazar's involvement? That seems a little bit redundant.
The acolytes of what? Specific.
Eborg Dalsim in the
Yeah.
worship
I know,
place?
but is that to then something else? Is like that's I'm not sure if it's.
I think it's higher than a god. And then I look at Reaver and I'm like, shh, it's okay. I know.
Hmm?
You missed it. Never mind. Carry on.
I got it.
Focusing on listening to the dead here. What?
I'm sassing you. Carry on.
Okay.
When did Ramasar do this to you?
Hmm.
Specifically with a date format.
The first of the month. No.
We're gonna use year date. We're gonna use year.
Section
Yeah.
89. Finally getting a calendar system that will only be used in
Ugh.
one region of the world, I'm sure.
Show me on the calendar where they hurt you.
Around 300 years after we dispatched of Eborg Dalsim?
The second what of Eborg Dalsim?
Dispatched.
Dispatched.
Shit.
Well, that opens a whole new
Yep.
trove of questions.
Yeah, we should probably be this guy's friend.
Do we want to know how?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Yes.
Mostly how.
Well, shall we go with how then?
Let's go with how.
Dispatched.
What kind of courier service do you use to dispatch a god?
He was so weakened after the encounter with Apotamkin. We saw our opportunity. This was our moment. When he was gone, we gathered the remnants of his following, and together we united against him. So upon his return, we killed him.
I'm wondering if these two heads were severed at different times.
Yep. Right.
Maybe different times, but under similar circumstances. Okay, we don't know about stats for the second one, but
Yeah.
it was Ramasar's doing.
So
I said you should have gotten a date format.
the first one was the first one talking like things were still going on just now, really, and this one's sort of like talking like it all happened.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, well, no, it was just in general.
Do we want to ask this one about what happened to Apotamkin?
Yeah.
Or I've got 2 more questions, and we may also want to learn more about Ramsar, perhaps. He seems to be a more recent antagonist.
And that name doesn't ring a bell for you at all?
I mean, other than this appears to be similar to someone I've seen in other kind of visions,
Alright,
and maybe
that's-
involved in our creeping death.
It's not like creating what happened on the ship. It's not. Okay.
This sounds like a case of dominoes, you know?
I have
Abu,
I've got a question, DM. So the way that I commune with death is without the use of spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
So can I just ask again, or is it a case of once it's
I'm
done,
pretty
it's sort of
sure that you have to wait a certain amount of time before you're able to use the same spell again. And not as in you are able to use it, but before the dead person can be affected by the same spell again.
right, okay.
I'll
Just
do a
to,
quick
just to
check.
check whether we're like really beating around the bush here, where we could just sit down and have a chat with these people.
Corpse, blah blah blah, spell doesn't return.
10 days.
There you go, 10 days.
Okay.
Next, it sounds like this is a case of like dominoes. You leave, Abu Dalzim chases you down and weakens himself, defeating you, technically, I guess. Then the followers weaken themselves, defeating him. And then Ramazor comes along and finishes everything. Because they're all weak, right? It's like a 1, 2, 3. Everyone weakened everyone else, and it's all thanks to you, basically. You did it. You single-handedly killed a god.
There's a lot of time passes between the dispatch of the god, because he said 300. Did they say 300 years?
Yes.
So it's not as if like they were all like just coming back from god stomping and the guy was standing there with some statues.
Whoa!
I missed that. I thought I heard that happened as soon as Ramazor just. No, wait, I'm confused. Cool.
To help you with the confusion, you don't know when Ramazor did what he did, but you know when the dispatching of... No, sorry, the other way around. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused now. Let me double check just so I make sure that I say the right thing. The person that you're talking to now gives you the impression that whatever happened there, they did immediately after Apotamkin was dealt with. Then Ramazor came into the important picture about maybe like 300 years later, is the impression that you got.
Yeah. So after 300 years, Ramazar did something.
Yeah, so I guess it sounds like after Ibergazim's dispatch, there was somewhat of a power vacuum. The question is, what filled in there? Was it all happy-clappy for 300 years, and then Ramazar got disgruntled and decided to do his own thing? do we want to know if Apotamkin and Kurok died at the same time? If they were unrelated events? Because as you say, Reaver, they sound like they're talking about the same events but in different tense.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just because we were asking vaguely, or they were replying vaguely. It's...
Yeah. I'd quite like to explore Ramsar more, because he seems more related to our present troubles.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to know why Ramazar decided to kill both him and Apotamkin.
Okay. So, looking for, like, what motive Ramazar would have had to dispatch him and... What was the other guy's name?
Apotamkin. I presume the motive of any usurper power, the want to rule, to be the leader, to make others do your bidding. Isn't that why we all did it?
Before Reaver tells everyone this, he giggles to himself just a little bit, like a... Power vacuum. They all want to sit in the big chair.
Worse.
Hmm.
Mind you, our little group of merry murderers didn't do that though. We killed the God King and we
Hey,
left the
we're not
first
merry murderers.
I mean, that's
We're a
mostly
bunch of- we're a
because
bunch
we
of-
all know I'm the most powerful one here.
That's
I
true.
mean, no one would dare to question it, lest you try and prove us wrong, and nobody wants to find out that, yes, what is the phrase? Fuck around, find out. No one wants to find out next.
He
Try.
jokingly said to his party that are in the domain that technically has inheritance claims to. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh no, we're a bunch of chancers, not a bunch of murderers.
One question left.
Branding.
I
Ask
would
about
like
the goddamn
to
fashion.
play a bit to Kurok's ego and ask him how it was possible that an acolyte such as Ramasar could take him down.
Nice. What up?
The little twat started some form of revolution, something about old leadership and new, and blamed us for the decrease in power of magic and the fact that planar travel suddenly was impossible, blamed it on our leadership, and managed to rile up the entire group against us. It wasn't just him. I mean, he may have given the command, but it's not like he could do it by himself.
Okay, so it was a numbers game then, probably. Rallied the troops.
Reaver,
And statue control.
I was just about to ask, did you see any statues when you were...
Hi.
The route you took, you didn't.
I did not. No. I took all of the high routes, so I'm assuming, just from what they're saying, that the entire ground floor is full of them.
That's ominous.
Oh dear.
I'd like to point out something interesting historically, though. This puts the timeline of this occurrence around the time that Taklan's journal was written. Because he too wrote about the waning of magic and its sources.
Was Taklan the one that bought it to the White Dragon because magic dipped at the wrong time for him?
Which White Dragon?
Yeah.
The one that Taklan was chatting to.
He died fighting a dragon.
Died fighting a dragon.
Yes.
In the ice.
I guess it's important to... What?
Did he fight a white dragon here? Or fight a white dragon there?
I don't think there's I think just in general, when magic took a dip all around, it just so happened it took a dip when he was fighting a white dragon, so he was like...
I guess it was a really sharp dip then.
Yeah, God. So I just for some reason thought like when he's fighting a white dragon, that's white dragon, and
I wonder if the dragon could still fly and do its breath weapon. Because we know that dragons need magic to fly.
I think he wrote that the dragon was a bit fucked as well, though, right?
I need to read it again, but that's what I
He
can
wrote more or less that it also seemed weakened. It didn't seem grounded, but it seemed weaker than he expected it to be.
Because the decrease in magic wasn't like a snap, it was like an over time curve.
How the timeline of the decrease in magic ties in with the anti-magic fields up around Orion, and how it seems like those events should somehow tie in a way.
How is there like overall history? Does it like Reaver won't know, but
I want
surely
to
there's
place a bet just before we get an answer to
people
that
amongst
question.
us, right?
Who has proficiency in history in this party?
I think so. One sec.
I bloody hope so.
No? Yes? Yes. Sam does.
Thank fuck.
Okay. Just Sam?
I'll make the check.
You can make the check.
Okay.
I mean,
Finn?
I've got extreme intelligence, so I'm quite good at history anyway, even if I'm not proficient.
I'll give you the check
on
with advantage, and you can have the guidance.
Nice. Okay. Well,
As Nax theorizes with you.
excellent.
And remembers all the
putting-
books that he's written. Like, actually remembers the exact wording.
Excuse me. I'm putting my money on this being more to do with the breaking of the world than the anti-magic field of Orion, just before I roll this dice. Base roll is 11 plus 5, 16. Advantage roll is 16 plus 5, 21. If I add the guidance dice and a peerless skill dice.
Oh.
Heavy guns. Oof, that's plus 8. What did I just roll? I've forgotten. 29.
Oh,
damn.
I've been learning, motherfuckers.
this is the history roll that Marissa's been waiting for so long to dump all this actual.
You theorize your timelines match up, let's put it that way. What you've gathered of the breaking of the world from the records that you found on Cyan, what you've heard from various sources, and how that seemed to be linked to the waning of magic, and specifically this guy mentioned something about planar travel. That definitely there's a... You would be... The two of you would be able to draw that connection, absolutely. The anti-magic field in Orion happened just before the breaking of the world.
Ooh.
There's is it the history of Cyan, volume 1 to 10? It describes the chaos caused by the changelings as something that happens earlier.
So changelings, anti-magic shield that doesn't
And
stop anything, and then
you have learned, and I can't remember exactly when you learned, but I know that you have the knowledge that the anti-magic field was in a reaction to the changelings.
Yeah.
It was a direct result of the city of Cyan fearing changelings.
specifically fearing the army that Chaos would send after the changeling scouts, which, was a lie.
But yes, and so you know that came first.
Cool. So, Chaos did some shit since I got the ability to make and send changelings. Sorry, I coughed and I lost my train of thought. Changelings scared the elves into the anti-magic bubble. That broke everything on Orion, and then the breaking of the world happened.
So,
Which Orion might not have even noticed.
would it be outlandish to think that the reason that the army didn't come after the changelings was because Chaos got sealed
It's possible,
before
but
the army got sent?
Uiela, the voice of the wind, I think said that in her second transcript, the one that was slightly degraded, said that they were deceived.
Yeah.
I don't think that the army was ever a real threat.
Yeah.
And if Chaos could send in a bunch, I don't know how many, of changelings into a city enough to stir that level of distrust and confusion over a short period of time, and also someone like a military army, I don't know, would that be an effectively chained weak force of nature or on nature?
Question.
Seems just before Flynn. It seems outside of the restrictions Chaos has been operating under.
No, I was thinking it was maybe pre-restriction. Maybe the breaking was something to do with putting Chaos where Chaos is.
I thought it was the other way around, that Chaos having an impact on the world broke it. Maybe to fix the world we have to release Chaos. I'm joking, please don't kill me.
The breaking of the world, about 1,000 years ago, and Apotamkin was rumored to enter the world about 1,200 years ago. So, if he was, I'm having to do this. So, Obokin was sealed when Apotamkin was. 300 years later, still sealed, but magic's way... No, not sealed. I've got everything modeled up in my head now.
That's all good.
I'm trying to draw a timeline, and it's not working out for me.
You know that from what you have, the records that you have, can you still hear us, Tom?
Yeah, my camera had a bit of a accident.
Okay. From the records that you have, it's Apotamkin came into the world, was there for some unspecified amount of time. That was really cute. Then you know that when Eborg Delzim dealt with it, upon his return, shit went down.
I lied, they could totally see you.
Oh.
So upon his return, shit went down. Then from the timeline that you have available to you, some time passed. The breaking of the world most likely happened. And then a little bit more time passed. And then these guys got their heads separated from their bodies.
Okay.
Does that make your thoughts more coherent, Finn?
It concerns me, actually, if this timeline is being shared out loud. Because if you say the breaking of the world happened 1,000 years ago, and that happened after the Orion Shield and after the Changelings attacked, then I've lost 200 years of my life somewhere. Because I'm only in the early 900s. And it's possible because my memory is not perfect. Can't even remember the word perfect. It fades, so that would be unsettling.
Would that mean that you're maybe like
oh my god, I could be.
Generation?
I'm still second generation because Chaos said so. And Chaos.
Yeah, well, maybe they didn't bang for like 200 years.
You get slow.
I really. I mean, if you're trapped on a plane and Chaos can't reach you and tell you what to do, I don't know. I want to find out more about this because, you know, can't know the end of a story if you don't know the beginning. I was going to say
these guys' stories.
Yes, we should find out their parents' names. Sorry, Marissa, just for your face.
I have that information ready.
Of course.
Yeah.
To the dice tables.
So
I think we need to know who their high school sweethearts were. Like that.
So
where they like to hide.
Reaver's still sitting there with his hand on his head with one question, right?
I think that was your last.
Or was that?
Yeah, we've done that. Why are you still holding the head?
Listen, he's weird.
I
Don't
try
judge
and move my gauntlet away, and it's like stuck to the hair.
A little bit of skin like sticks to the gauntlet, and now there's this fingerprint bit of like frozen flesh.
No.
I just burn it away off my hand, like.
I already feel sick.
DM.
Yes.
I realized that I have made a boo-boo, but it's a boo-boo of my own problems. Of casting guidance on people has lost my concentration on locate person.
Great.
So I'm gonna recast that.
Okay.
Because but here's my little alteration I want to make. And it's my invalidated spell, which I'm perfectly fine with. But I want it to locate Ramazar himself. To see if who's in the castle is him, essentially.
Oh, just in case it doesn't sync up and it doesn't grab.
That compass, that tug that you're feeling, goes into the exact same direction as it was doing previously.
I had a smart idea, it worked.
Good. Confirmed. It would have been funny if we got down there and he's like, "Welcome, it is me, Borders." I would have been, fuck.
I'm the janitor. I've been here for 500 years.
It's just that cobalt.
Yep. Cobalt with like a wand of chill touch.
With like 2 icicles taped to its head to make it look like a.
Oh.
Since my worshippers deserted me, I've been forced to clean the floors myself. But my majesty is undiminished. You know, take candle.
So, do we just head down and hope we don't bump into statues? What's the play here?
I think heading down, not bumping statues, is a great idea. Because we need to go that way. I point to where it is.
Is there other caskets in this room or cabinets?
There were.
Oh, right.
One.
Exactly, you've had one. At a quick glance, you don't see any other heads.
Damn.
You do see, aside of this one and the plinth where Nax's prison stands or stood, you see 3 other cases.
Are they full of things?
Yeah. Are you, Nax, following the route that you were going?
Yeah.
Little bit of consistency. You see in the case closest to the doorway next to the skulls, what looks like a jagged, icy blue crown. Big.
Ooh.
Too big for the head of a regular-sized humanoid creature.
Regular-sized humanoid creatures? Regular-sized human...
Maybe a belt.
Is it in a binder case
Yes.
as well?
Yes, these are all the very, very same glass cases.
I would like to examine it as carefully as I've been examining other things.
Okay. A Roman investigation check, since it's been some time since you looked at the case for the heads.
I will not cast guidance.
Spiteful.
13.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be trapped. Pick it up, put it aside. You get that same feeling of it's got a little bit stuck, but you remove it without issue otherwise. And you see in front of you upon closer inspection, looks to be metal that's been formed into a jagged looking icy blue crown. There's these spikes going all the way around it.
Does the crown look familiar to me?
Yes. You have seen, you have memories of someone wearing this. And only one other person wearing this. It once stood on the head of Ibor Krelzim. And until now, you've not remembered that face. But as you look at this crown, it's almost like you see flashes of it, this humongous presence of a person much taller than your regular sized humans, stark white skin. And I don't mean pale skin, I mean like alabaster marble white skin. And you remember that face contorted in rage and malice and sadistic glee. You remember icy, piercing blue eyes, like the King of Winter Game of Thrones commercials, the White Walkers, that like intense, unnatural blue eyes staring right at you. And above those eyes, that exact crown.
Is there anything I recall being special about the crown?
You recall it being special in the way that it's lost the word. Something that shows it's a status symbol. But you don't recall it being used in any form of ritual or magic. You recall it being purely a crown.
So if it's not...
Well, looks like we found Eber Galzim's crown.
Is it magical? What does it do?
I don't recall it being magic in any way, but
So-
I'm gonna pick it up and carefully examine it.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
if a god's crown broke? That would be so embarrassing.
It looks, well, it feels heavy. It doesn't look magical in any way. It's incredibly cold. It's being metal, picking it up. It's extremely cold to the touch. But you don't see any runes. And actually, having a closer look at it, you almost think you see like small bits of rust on it, which is a weird contrast with the memories that you have, which are so connected to power and maybe a bit of fear and rage. And now holding this, there's tiny specks of rust. It looks a bit degraded almost.
A fake? Surely
I give it a wee magical clean?
Yeah. It looks really cool, but it doesn't look like it's revealed anything more magical. It looks like a impressive piece of craftsmanship, if anything.
They have
You
like a
say it's
made an
bigger, by the
Orion
way.
sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it like, if I was to try and put it on my head, it would just drop?
Yes,
Like,
it would.
that kind
It
of
would be
much
sitting on your
larger.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe
Sounds
for you, it might even slide down the shoulders a little bit.
Wonder
A
how
belt, maybe.
I wonder how difficult it is to make a magic item that is just a magic item for the purposes of convenient resizing and durability. Like, there's several outfits I would love to just not have to maintain.
Nax is just going to say some words and recall one of the previous outfits he's had his glamoured armour in, and just turn round to Sam and be like, you mean like this?
Yeah.
And then returns it to my usual drab robes, just to really rub it in.
No,
Is that nice?
homeless chic really works for you, Nat. Sorry, that was rude. You got me, Nax.
technically-
You got me. Yep, that
We
elicited a
technically in-
response.
Nax's home right now.
Listen, I've made stupider decisions to more powerful people.
I know.
Well, a bit of time's...
Some sort of book.
Oh, sorry.
Pardon?
I was going to say, a bit of time's passed. Can I go over to the entrance to the room that goes to the drop
Mm-hmm,
and just sort of like keep an eye out?
Yeah, certainly. Roll me a perception check.
Spiders.
I will ask Finn to come along with me
Okay.
to also keep an eye out.
Finn, how are you with heights again?
I'm okay. Like, Finn's okay with heights.
Okay.
Donald isn't.
That's
You want
fine.
me to do this?
Yeah, because you would climb up like masts and stuff in the boat.
Exactly.
And,
I've been,
Cool.
I'm comfortable on the crow's nest, so this is fine.
Okay. Can I have a perception check from the both of you?
I'll give him advantage.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was miming Finn looking for a spyglass he no longer has.
Alas, it's gone forever. I've ruined it.
26.
Okay. You stare down a 500 feet or so shaft. You just make out the bottom. Don't see any movement in it. But that's about all there is to see to it.
Okay, I had like, we were chatting and then giant crowns, and I thought if we look down there and there's a giant climbing up from inside the tower, that would be bad for us, so I'm just keeping.
Of course.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, so just FYI, this of compass direction I have on him will only last for another 55 minutes.
Okay.
So I could do it again, but then that would be it.
Yeah, nah, I'm pretty sure Nax is just scoping out and remembering stuff from a long time ago.
I am not. You see, this is why I'm talking to you. I do not want to try and speed up his mental trauma.
Yeah.
And this is something he needs to figure out for himself and not be adult with, especially by me. But
Yeah, I feel like that when someone's trying to remember from a time that's like multiples of 10 times how long you've been kicking around, it's one of I mean, I can't
Like,
really remember 3 dinners ago, so
right, like he's remembering things that like empires have literally. Well, he's probably caused them, but have fallen. Yeah.
You know, that probably makes it easier.
Ah!
I said I was coming over.
Fair enough.
I like to think you were looking over the edge the entire time, and Sam just was
Yes.
like, I'm here now.
That sounds like something she would do.
Yes.
I also love the image that, like, it wasn't subtle, and that Finn was, like, max perceptioning the world and just missed her.
Television.
Complete tunnel. Yeah,
Literally
complete
a
tunnel
tunnel
vision.
vision. Literally a tunnel.
Lying on the floor looking like down the hole, like head over the side.
Alright, what do you wish to do? Do you wish to move on? There are still 2 glass cases to look at.
Yeah.
Loot, 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 loot.
Hey, should I summon my flying horse?
Probably not in here. Looks at the
Okay.
door.
Looks at the hole.
I think the doors are regular door size to get into the next area, so we probably want to wait until we're over the threshold.
Wonder if I can teach Trauma to shapeshift.
Shall we check out these final cases?
Yeah.
I think we should put this in the bag of holding.
Yes,
later.
definitely. Who's keeping track of what's in there?
Although I can imagine Nax isn't really able to wave it around like this with one hand, given the size. of it.
More hanging.
We
Yeah.
should put this in the bag of holding.
Who's keeping track of what's in there? Because I've forgotten pretty much everything we ever picked up.
I'm pretty sure Daenerys remembers everything that goes in there.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
totally.
Okay. When we're done, we need to turn it inside out, don't we?
I think no. That was terrible when Daenerys had done it earlier. No, you did it earlier.
Did I?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, you tipped it inside out in the house. There's just so much tea
That was a great day.
and ball
Nice.
bearings.
Can I have just one final investigation check from you?
Oh, it's getting lower every time. 11.
Okay. So, looking at the remaining few cases that are there, you find 2 things. One of them has 2 bottles in it, and one of them has a small black ball in it. Which one would you like to open first?
Let's go for the black ball.
Okay. It's maybe this big. Jet black orb. Feels cold to the touch when you look at it. If you want to, you can also roll Arcana checks.
26.
Okay. Definitely magical. Would require someone to spend a little bit of time with it to fully understand what it does. But what you can figure out on the spot, this is a pretty... The effect seems pretty hefty, let's put it that way. You'd have to maybe, unless you want to spend some time here and want to take a maybe 10-15 minutes or so to properly study it. But looking at it at a glance, that's what you can get.
This looks powerful. Maybe come back to that in a minute.
Okay. As you remove the last glass case, the one that sits over 2 bottles as far as you can see, you feel something ding, and you prepare yourself for the but whatever trap you set off has not been activated at the moment.
Even
Not been
worse.
activated, or
Like, we can say for definite it's not yet. Or
Like-
it...
You got ready. You stood on the pressure plate, and the pressure plate went Basically,
Yeah.
that feeling, that's what you have. You lifted it and you felt something, ding, something gave.
Silent alarm.
But there's no... You don't feel any result. You ready yourself for the... but there is no immense searing pain. As far as you're aware, nothing happened. And
That's either very suspicious or very innocent.
If you set off a trap, then we probably only have like maybe a short length of time before they try and scry on us, and possibly like this room, and see that. Like, we need to make this place look like nobody's been here very quickly if we want to maintain the element of surprise.
I bow to your superiority, Great Illusionist.
Oh yeah, illusion. I cast Major Image.
Okay, what does your Major Image do?
The glass canisters. So we, as we are non-detection, won't show up in scrying spells. So it's based, and I assume that includes our clothes and things on our attended objects.
I would hope so, yeah.
So would I. Interesting. I thought, but for later. The major image is just a recreation of the things in the spaces where they belonged when we arrived.
Okay. So while you make it seem like everything is back in its original place.
Yeah. Maybe like something from the ceiling has fallen, and there's like some rubble on the has smashed the case.
Okay. Nax, you are looking at two bottles that appear to be filled with a mist rather than a liquid. And you can see that small frost crystals have formed on the glass.
Are they like sealed with like a cork or some other?
They appear to be properly stoppered. So you get the impression that once opened, that's the use by date.
Are there any clues as to what they might be? Any writing, labeling?
There's no writing or labeling. Imagine that who put these here probably knows or knew what these are. You can tell that the glass is cold, whether that's from the inside or the outside. Could be either. And it appears to be filled with a mist rather than a liquid.
And they both look identical.
Yeah. They both look the same. And there's maybe a small layer of dust on them.
Does anyone else want to have a look at these?
I'll take one.
I'm busy concentrating.
Greggy's gonna go sniff it.
Did you cast non-detection on Greggy? Yes.
Greggy is also safe. I remember this.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to take one and I'm going to heat the air up around it. So a black flame will.
Can we
over
stop interfering with the environment that I'm trying to hold an illusion in, please?
And just like see if it goes cold again.
Okay.
Like, we are actively sacrificing our plausible deniability on this sneak attack right now.
Because with prestidigitation you can heat up a body of...
Could I have a perception check from Greggy with advantage since he's relying on a sense of smell? You, Reaver, heating this up, you notice that the ice crystals are still there, but they appear to be on the inside of the glass as you're heating up the outside.
Okay. It's cold inside.
Yes.
Read it in that way you may. Potions are not my thing.
Daenerys, what do you have for Greggy?
Would he get advantage at all? With
Yes.
his smell.
Because it's smell, yes.
Cool. Then he has a... Ooh, that's a crit! That's my second one.
Oh,
That's
best boy.
28.
Greggy
Okay.
alchemist.
You see,
Sticks his
Greggy...
nose in it.
Exactly. Well, here's the question. Do you open it at all or not?
Well, I think it depends what Greggy's smelling. Greggy might open it himself. If it smells specifically interesting.
Okay.
What does it smell of?
You see Greggy's kind of sniff at the bottle, and you see there's like small ice crystals that have formed on the whiskers around his nose and the hair there. As he brings his nose really close and kind of gives it a like just from the cold air. And then you see his ears kind of perk up in a almost a sense of recognition as he sniffs it again and again and again, and then looks at you, Denarian, and cocks his head for a moment. He might not be the smartest wolf, but he's having a thinking moment. Walks over to you, circles around you a few times, and then with his nose boops the dragon slaying sword that you have.
Ooh.
Kind of
So it smells like my sword.
and gives it a bit of a
Like this is dangerous.
Does your dragon slaying sword, does it do necrotic damage?
little bit of a dangerous
My sword is currently in the poison sheath.
Okay.
Maybe it's poison. Maybe he's smelling poison. I don't know.
Double danger.
Well, I don't know. It's something, guys.
Do we keep these on hand rather than put them in the bag just in case? They might be useful.
They might be useful.
They're to do with your poison dragon sword?
Something like that.
They
Can I
could
hold on
be.
to one?
They could be poison. They could be a poison that gives the same effect as the sword.
Or they could turn me into a dragon. Can I hold on? You never know.
But think about the space, and also what would you wear?
Oh, Finn, I know.
Oh no,
exactly.
you've had this prepared. Oh dear.
Yes, obviously, Finn. I've been thinking about this for maybe about since we met Seathans.
Okay. Choose.
Of course,
We go downstairs.
We go
Yes.
downstairs.
I've been saying that for minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's boogie.
How are you traveling down?
Denarian, I'm feeling faint. Catch me. Is Denarian about to catch me, or am I just going to fall into the ground?
You're gonna fall underground. Maybe Greg will jump on top of you after you've fallen.
Like
Greg
Sam.
could save you. He's got the ring of feather falling.
Alex dithers on the point of whether to commit to the fall
Oh wait,
or
yes.
not.
No, Greggy jumps at you as you're falling.
Oh.
So technically, Greggy feather falls into you.
Oh,
Then you feather fall. I don't know how it works.
Don't waste a wing.
DM says it works perfectly.
That's definitely what the gesture meant. Yes.
The one
love
charge
how-
from the day is just like Greggy slowly jumping into Alex.
Well, I mean, I love how Greggy was able to save both Alex and himself, but not take anybody else down the slow descent. Oh wait,
Like-
I forgot. I'm the only one here who can't fly.
I can't
Is
fly.
Firefall a rate of acceleration based spell? In which case, if you jump, does that reduce your rate of acceleration downwards so you continue upwards for longer? So you
No.
get a mega jump?
It's not a reverse gravity spell.
I think it specifically makes you fall with the speed of a feather.
Oh, so you would do like a regular jump up, but then it would take a while for you to like land back down again. That'd be horrible.
I have a
Your long
question
jump would be
regarding-
fantastic.
If it's like talking about the speed of a feather, so talking about the speed of a feather in
A vacuum.
air or a vacuum?
And is it being carried by a European or an African swallow?
Fuck, shit, I didn't even consider the swallow variable.
How are you getting down the shaft? There are no swallows in the Frostfell, to your great disappointment.
I will clutch onto, like, this, like, and in my mind, it's not obviously what's happened. Grecki has inflated to like a balloon. And so I'm just clinging to this fluffy balloon as we descend down the tube. Like, that's my intention.
Are you trying to hold on to Grecki?
If Grecki will allow this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grecki and Sam jump together.
Whee! You're such a good boy. I give him all the scritches as we
As
descend.
expected, the item supports a one-person feather falling spell.
Oh no.
So you jump together, and you hold on to Grecki, and you realize you're falling at a regular falling speed.
I made a mistake!
Jump down after them.
Okay. There's
Am I
now
getting
3 of
falling
you
speed?
falling down the shaft.
As I grab onto Grecki, I'm going to activate anti-falling. Particularly holding onto Grecki.
Okay. So you grab Grecki of Sam. Sam, you are now falling.
He has a ring, you idiot! Shwee!
Can I try and alleviate what's just happened?
How would you wish to alleviate what just happened?
So, I've done this before, but for Daenerys, I run. The ground's slippy, right? Slidey?
No,
Snow,
it's
ice.
closer towards the shaft. It's mostly stone.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. In which case, I will run towards that, and I will whack Finn across the back, and sort of like take him over the edge with me.
Oh no.
I cast Fly,
Okay.
and the big dark wings shoot out of my back, and the flames coil like out the way and across, and again they roll over and assume whatever sort of like cast Fly on Finn also. And I kick off the underside of the platform that's sticking out to propel myself down towards Sam to go catch Sam.
Since you were near the edge, and you've got a 500 feet fall to go, you can definitely, with your flying speed, catch up to Sam.
Yeah.
You're still descending maybe a little bit faster. You know that, when you land, you're going to have to watch your ankles, but you do think you'll be falling to your death.
Yeah, I want to hit like as fast as I can go straight down to catch Sam, and then do the full flate wing spread to stop myself and try and catch myself in the middle of the tower, so I'm not going all the way down.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Yep.
I passed the
Yeah,
Constitution
throw up on
save. I didn't lose my lunch.
Thank God.
Nice. Strength is it a save that you
Just
said,
a check.
or just a check? In which case, would it be athletics?
Sure.
Just for like sheer beasting it?
Sure.
I mean, like if it's a save, it's 19. If it's athletics, it's 24.
Okay. Sam, you are caught around the waist by Reaver, and you have a bit of a like as you're suddenly stopped, but you're no longer plummeting to your death.
Amazing. I shake my fist at Daenerys.
Okay.
Eridrian
Go for it, Eridrian.
would like to step off the edge and casually cast Levitate as he begins to gracefully descend.
Slowly, gracefully descend downwards. The occasional bit of leaf just like twirling behind, disappearing into nothing. Reaver, with the weight of 2, you are descending ever so slightly, but at a
That's cool. I'll use half my movement up the way to move down slower.
yeah.
That kind of like really like trying to.
Yeah.
Rira, did you cast Fly on Finn as well as yourself?
Yes. So it feels like you're like swimming, that type of through air. So you have the ability to fly currently.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Similar to a while ago. I think we've only done this once.
Oh my god! As Finn just kind of like, ah!
Okay.
I ensure that I am clinging to Reaver and not Finn.
Nax, you're up there knowing you can cast Feather Falls, watching all these idiots jump up the edge.
Well, I mean, Nax didn't even do. Nax is busy still examining the room and that, and kind of looks up, half starting to cast Feather Fall on the shall we now? And then they're all gone. So casually steps off the edge and drifts down with his very cheap spell that could have taken us all down.
Okay, you all descend, and on that note, let's take a quick break to allow for Tom to fix his camera. Can it be fixed?
Raised by his elven mother as a single child, Denarian's mom talked little of his human father. Apparently he was a great man. Growing up in a secluded village, there was no religion or magic, there were barely visitors. Here, there was only the circle of nature. Denarian made himself useful to his clan as hunter, but he never stopped being distracted by life outside the forest lands, and his curiosity of humans often got him in trouble. Even more so when he learned that somewhere people could apparently do magic. Finally, and not unexpectedly, the day came that he set out, against the wishes of his peers, and ventured beyond the forest. Denarian found that there were many things he wasn't ready for. Currency, for one, was an entirely foreign concept to him. He also learned that people can be cruel and harm for fun when he freed and stole a wolf pup from a trader's cage. Yet none of this deterred Denarian from wanting to enjoy the crazy chaos of the wider world. When he heard rumours that magic could be taught in a faraway capital of a different continent, Denarian and Grecki boarded a ship. They would not return to Orion for a long time. The stars were especially beautiful tonight, Lady Jaina Caldia thought to herself. The pride she had once felt at her accomplishments turned into a resentful nostalgia. She sighed heavily. It had been too long since she had fed, and looked up at Simon. Her mind was already processing her next steps as she led him to the large bed. She would sate her hunger, and in the clamour of her consort's unexpected passing, would declare herself in mourning and leave her estates in the care of the heirs to the dynasty she had created. She would take on the persona of Samantha, a young woman disguised as Samuel Ransford, a travelling bard. A mask over a mask over a mask over a mask. Common practice for the 900-year-old shape-changer. All that she had learned was that being long-lived just meant watching the people you cared for die. Nothing had given her the satisfaction she had sought. Not family, not power, not the gods, not even selfish fulfillment of her every passing desire. And so, after centuries, she finally gave in to wanderlust and left Orion in search for the thrill of adventure. Even when Finric Jameson was just a small lad, he had an affinity for helping those who needed it. It started with a small bird with a broken wing that miraculously flew again, and from there evolved into apprenticing at the local temple, where he learned the arts of medicine until his 18th name day, after which he travelled south to learn healing on the road. A plan put to an abrupt end when bandits attacked him and robbed him of all but his name and knowledge. Going from doctor to beggar, Faith was quick to introduce new opportunity to Finn, in the form of a dying dwarven man. And by saving the life of First Mate Usenthor, Finn was granted the position of ship's doctor aboard the Bleeding Crow. Here, he lived an adventurous life of scavenging, exploring and smuggling, although never killing. But more importantly, he lived a life as a trusted friend of Captain Josephine, the devil on the water, equally feared and respected. He would never have chosen to leave that ship. That choice was made for him by Captain Soren, whose dark history with Josephine Finn never entirely uncovered. The Doctor was thrown overboard with no knowledge of what happened to his new family or Josephine, the captain he was slowly falling in love with. Instead, he woke up on a small beach, clothes torn and stiff with dried salt. With gritted teeth, he set out to find the nearest city and means for revenge. Waking up in a strange place, sore and nauseous, Nax couldn't quite remember where he came from, or how he ended up in this endless field of long grass. All he remembered was that someone or something had seriously pissed him off. It took him some time to find his way across this strange landscape, and when he finally found the city, he was starving and angrier than he had ever felt. It didn't take him long to find the nearest tavern, where he proudly demanded the guests make space for him and serve him his food. "I said leave, lest you be damned." When they laughed in his face, the anger was tempered slightly by confusion. Why weren't these peasants quivering in their boots at the mere sight of him? Nax raised a hand to neck level in a choking grip whilst lofting the other overhead as if cradling some orb. Nothing happened. Rage was now replaced by confusion and perhaps even some fear, as he snatched some food and ran, huddling in an alley with only a cloak to protect him from the elements. Slowly the realization dawned on him that he had lost something very important, and that he would have to work like some lowly wizard to get it back. Stealing a spellbook and focus, he picked up a rumor. The royal family was looking for an object of great power. Something he could keep for himself, perchance? If you are a bandit in the north of Padina, you better watch the shadows. Tales tell of a carnage-fueled demon that will find you should you gather too much fame. The Grim. It has been some time since Noctis Reaver took on that persona. For him, the story started when bandits pillaged a small farmer's village he lived in, when he ignored the knife at his throat to save his sister. As he lay on the floor and felt life leave him, he bargained with death. You are willing to pay for your soul by servitude, and for her life with what is equal to her worth. With the dagger that slit his throat in hand, Noctis took up the mantle of bounty hunter and started the laborious journey of evening the scales. It was a few years later when a royal courier came looking for the Grim to get rid of some nobleman the king himself could not be seen taking action against. His Royal Highness King Ansel would be most pleased to hear of your acceptance of this task, and would be most grateful for your services. Noctis didn't care much for his employers. A soul was a soul. Completing his task with ease, he set out for the capital of Astrakani to collect his payment, and to collect a new unexpected job, one that required him to join up with a motley group of 5, who he introduced himself to as Reaver. Loving to play parts of mystery and intrigue, it was both mantle and name that Eridrian put upon himself. Leaving an unexciting life and a sad past behind entirely, he surrounded himself with the more magical and dangerous aspects of the Feywild, and became an emissary for the Seelie court, spreading the good word. Yet curiosity still plagued the Eladrin. Often he went to those big doors wrought from golden branches. No noise could be heard through them, but he knew court would be in session. There had to be another way in. Searching the ever-changing halls, a voice like a soft summer's breeze interrupted his sneaking. Lost a path? And ever since, Eridrian walked with renewed step, and in her name. His journey to the material plane began when he received a direct summon from her, to find and retrieve an artifact of great power, in the form of a book. Setting out, Eridrian infiltrated a strange and dull palace, working together with a group of hired humans. Dodging traps and guards, he managed to retrieve the mysterious tome, its cover slightly hairy and of an ever-shifting grey colour, and with a closed eye on the front. Wanting to quickly escape, he used the planeshift scroll that Tatiana had given him, only to feel an uncanny tug mid-teleport. And rather than finding himself in the Seelie halls, he found himself unceremoniously dumped in the bathtub of a very confused doctor.
Okay.
Turn my back for 5 minutes.
You all arrive at the bottom of this shaft. It's pretty impressive standing down here and looking up, especially because there's not a lot of light coming in. You really get this feeling of an immense building. And as you were descending downwards, you did get the occasional bit of gust of wind where there's maybe a small gap in the wall just from damage over time and lack of maintenance. But you'll make it down. You find yourself on a somewhat ruined floor. That's it.
I berate Denarian.
There
So that's
is
an action.
one doorway immediately in front of you. So if you stepped in, coming from behind you, so to say, there's now a doorway in front of you leading out. That's the only door you can see.
Does it have a door in it? Weird question. Or is
No.
it just an empty?
It's an opening.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if the doorways used to be made of ice.
Here's a
doors.
question. Light sources. Is it dark?
It's dim light. It's not dark per se, mostly because of the damage to the building.
Okay. I kind of turn to the group and go, would anyone mind if token human eyes here had turned on a bit of light?
Would you
Probably
like to
helpful
not
for
do
all
that?
of us if you can see, Finn. So
Well, I have a solution to this. If you'd only ask for help.
No, I'm good. I'll cast light on my scimitar.
Okay.
It's something I learned. But,
Cool.
because I didn't have a ring that could do it.
I'm very happy for you. And Sam fiddles with the goggles of night around her neck.
You have goggles in it?
We got them from the beholder, the undead beholder.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
We got those.
Yes,
Did
because
we?
Yes, we did, because I couldn't see in the dark, because I was human then. Get over yourself, Finn. You're not special. Anyone can be human if they try.
I feel that's racist.
When you're
I
every
don't know.
race, when you're every race, can you be racist? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Correct answer. You're doing very well for such a young lived race.
I'm not. Yeah. Finn walks ahead, checking for
I blow
like
Finn a kiss.
traps,
Do
and
you take the goggles or do you take the sword?
he reluctantly takes the goggles.
Oh, I said you had to
And just
only
go
have
like,
to do was
he goes,
ask.
"Thank you very much. I very much appreciate this."
You're most welcome. I'll update my character sheet.
Okay, as you're the one that's walking ahead, Finn,
Yes.
stepping through the door, you find yourself in a very small hallway. It goes to both the left and the right. Having a quick look. To your right, you see, you've got goggles of night vision. You see what looks like the hallway continues maybe 20 feet or so, and there's a lot of rubble at the end of it. It looks like there's something collapsed at the end, and there's maybe a space behind there. To your left, you see a door maybe 10 feet from where you are.
Mhm. And when you say rubble, as in completely entombs the hallway, or you could scamper over the top.
You could scamper over the top. You definitely think it's scalable.
Well,
Yeah.
because I can still fly, I'm just gonna go. Ooh, I'm just gonna Finn is not holding back the giggles. There's occasional like, as like I'm kind of like swimming, because that's the only kind of thing Finn can equate it to really. Above the rubble to kind of get a period over the top.
Okay. Before you get to the rubble,
Oh no.
you've flown maybe 10 feet or so, considering your high passive perception as well. The hallway widens a little bit into what maybe once was a wider hallway. It's still narrow because of the fallen in rubble, but you can imagine that this used to be a bit bigger. You see what looks like a suit of armor standing in the corner of that hallway, just around the corner from.
Oh no! Oh no!
It is unmoving at the moment.
At the moment, Finn kind of goes and just starts back crawling his way back towards the party. And I'll just kind of go. There is armor, a suit of armor. One might say a statue. Round the corner. I just want to make everyone aware.
Why? Does it look valuable?
Yes?
Is it going to come to life and behead us?
Maybe. So that's what I'm just,
Did it have a
wanted.
weapon?
Did it have a weapon?
Give me a perception check. I know it's a bit on hindsight, but just in the haste of the moment.
14 plus 10, 24.
Because I'm going to be honest, if they decapitated them and they don't have weapons, that's more threatening.
Yeah. Well, the heads you said were not torn. You specifically said they were not torn off. I was like, okay, good. I'm not gonna. But
it looks like as you're quickly retreating with a 24, you did see something, a handle of sorts sticking off the back.
Yes, it appears to be armed with something on its back that I couldn't quite catch.
Great. I am going to call the scythe.
Okay. Noted. So, you've got a right with some form of armor just around the corner. And you've got a door on your immediate left.
Which way is my radar
Immediate
pointing?
left.
Okay, point to the left.
Wait, immediate left?
Yes. And your radar's probably, you realize it, and at that point in time, because you said you had 15 minutes left or so, right?
50. It lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's pointing to your immediate left.
Immediate left?
Immediate left, she says.
The immediate.
Exactly.
Right. I will relay that to the group as well.
Wow.
So, are we going to try and sneak our way across, or are we just gonna?
Wait, are we scared? Are we scared of the armor? It's only armor. It's not a real person.
Denarian, you're trying to be obtuse today. Why?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood, guys. You're all so serious. If you want, I can put an arrow through it. Do you want me to shoot it? Why don't we just proactively shoot it? No objections.
Are we still trying to be sneaky here?
I think we can still try and get away with being sneaky here.
It's gonna make a clang if I shoot it.
Yeah. So should we see what's left first?
Yeah. Have the arrow ready. Good. I love the initiative, Denarian, but have it ready for when shit goes south. But we're still gonna try and be sneaky here.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the armor.
Oh.
Okay.
Does it take effect?
Spell goes off.
It's gotta be a creature. Does it go off?
You cast a spell. It seems to take.
I'm feeling sus, guys.
Denarian, I apologize. I snapped. I was not. That was uncalled for.
It's fine. Greggy was about to go pee on it, but I'll tell him not to.
Does the door to the left look locked in any way?
Do you want to have a look at it?
And the way, as in like this like ancient castle and stuff and everything, does it look like it's been opened recently?
Roll me an investigation check.
Like, is there like frost built up or like that way old wood gets in the door where it's like, sort of, like expanded to the 13.
Thanks, Andy.
It's ever so slightly ajar. It's not entirely
Oh shit!
in its post.
Is it still quite windy here? Are still getting like through draft?
Yes, you are getting the occasional draft.
Can I just tap the door just ever so slightly to see if it's wiggling or it's going to be a shove case?
You tap it ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm. Like, so it's just so it looks like it's kind of moving in the wind. Okay.
It also looks like the door's bent to shit.
Okay, so it's going to be a loud entrance, probably. I look back at everybody and just make the face.
Can I ready? I just want to ready I'm gonna ready sacred flame for the fucking because it's a cantrip for the suit of armor.
Okay.
But like, as in backing away, but just going.
Wait,
I'm gonna fucking catch you. I'm gonna catch you. I'm not gonna like.
I'll go over to Nax and be like, Nax, I think you should probably go in first because it sounds probably like we're gonna make noise going in regardless of what we do here. So at least maybe you going in first will get the person sort of like chatting maybe ahead of time. Or we all immediately go on fire, one of the two. Or frozen ice ball. You know what I mean?
No,
right? Maybe you can give us a couple of seconds, or you can just go in there and fireball them. I suppose. Then I don't know. Your play. This is yours.
But we want to go through. That's our decision.
Well, it seems like the person that we're looking for is through that way. I don't know if we're just going to walk into a cupboard here. Could also happen.
Would like to ready Global Invulnerability.
Okay.
And should any form of aggression exert itself towards me as I enter this room, I'm going to
Yep. Okay.
spring it up.
As you enter the room, let's put the camera back on.
Oh! Visual aid!
Visual aid. There we go. Is that roughly visible for everyone?
The giant circle miniature, yes.
Cool. That's the room that you're going towards. We have Finn. We had Reaver having a look at it.
I'm getting God King flashbacks where we were like, hey, let's attack everybody in the tiniest room.
So, next.
Sam, don't connect your consciousness to whatever's beyond this door.
Connect my consciousness to whatever.
No.
You open the door.
That was a really cool sound effect that Discord just muted.
There's a wonderful sound effect that happens. It opens with a loud and long creak.
Nice.
And you see inside the first maybe signs of life that you've seen so far. You see at the far end a desk. You see a fireplace against one side that actually appears to be lit. You see a chair in front of this desk. There's some objects strewn on it. The room appears to be empty. Otherwise, devoid of life, empty.
I'm getting the same flashbacks now, Reaver. I feel like this is a tax office, and there's going to be like, oh no.
Is there another way in, evident, or is it?
The walls are damaged, and you think that with some effort, you could maybe climb through in or out.
Does fire look like it's been going for a while? Or has been recently restocked with fuel.
Looking at it, there appears to be something burning in the fire. It's not just ashes or embers. Doesn't necessarily look like wood either, whatever fuel is being used here. But there's something is burning. It's not glowing and dying.
How's the ping, Finn?
Ping is still going, but from where? From what direction?
So from Finn, who's standing here, pointy stick.
Mm-hmm.
The ping seems to be going in this direction.
Uh-oh.
Step into the fire.
Or beyond to another part of the whole complex. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire's clearly a portal, you guys.
Is the fire giving off heat?
Jump in, Sam. Check.
Do you wanna go into the room and have a look at it?
I'd really like to form a mental bond with the fire, actually.
I do, actually.
Okay.
Yes, there's nothing immediately aggressive.
Heck, more traps. Also, do we have our telepathic bond up?
Yes, you do. Having a look at the fire, it's giving off heat. It's
Is there?
a little bit smelly, and I think you coming from a more rural place, you can identify that this isn't wood being burned. This is pellets of some form, most likely dung.
I feel the warmth come off it, and I turn to Max and careful, it's shit hot. Can I? Wait, is it a big fire or is it just a wee fire?
It's like a regular size fireplace. Like it's enough. It's big enough to heat this small room. It's not a massive, grandiose fireplace. It's what you expect your kind of everyday living room, if you will.
Okay. So as soon as I walked out the other room, it was to my immediate left. I walk in this room, it's to my immediate
So
left,
right now,
to the fire.
Your ping is going in this direction.
As in back
Right,
towards the way it
uh-huh.
came, kind of?
Those lines don't overlap at all.
As in he's like.
As
in
in,
the corner of the room?
picture!
Are you? What was that?
I look for an invisible creature.
How would you like to do that?
With swords!
Okay.
Using the flat of my sword to kind of just check.
Roll me a disadvantage attack roll.
I meant to ask this thing, but like...
20, not
distracted.
that. And, 21!
Okay.
That's, 12 plus 8, 13 plus 8.
Two things happen.
Oh, my
Oh dear.
God.
You make contact.
Oh my god.
And as you do so, you also see from where you make contact the air go very, very frosty. And I would like both yourself and Nax, your global vulnerability goes up. So just yourself should make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear! Haha! 17 plus 3. Why has that got advantage next? Oh, that's for a concentration check, which I do have to make. Okay, yep.
What was
So not natural 20.
Okay. You
A
pass
dirty
the
20,
save,
if you will.
so you only take
Christ.
13 halved is 6 points of cold damage.
Is that halved again because I have resistance?
That would be halved again to 3 points of cold damage as this freezing wind wafts over you. And next, you throw up the globe and you see it just kind of go over it, and the outside momentarily is covered by frost. I would like initiative rolls, please.
Oh shit.
Dun 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 dun.
Getting there. Wait for it.
I'm gonna roll a peerless skill die on that one because
Okay.
6 is not Not a
Just mark
number you
off
want to enter into. 16!
So happy.
It's my plus.
It's taken maybe 3.5 years, but I started the initiative by not going da 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 da
Yeah,
da da.
but then you just
ruined it.
ruined it just now.
And then you ruined it.
Yep.
Like, everyone noticed and was
Baby
impressed, and
steps.
then you ruined it.
Baby steps.
Okay. Anything above 20?
22.
21. Oh,
Whoa.
damn.
Damn! You were
Okay,
prepared
and
for this.
Finn?
21.
Okay. 22-15.
16.
19.
19 for Daenerys, 16 for Sam, 15 to 10. That's deafening silence. 10 to 5?
8.
Okay.
Eva, what the fuck?
4.
I rolled a
8 for
2.
Ridrian.
Feel your pain.
Reaver?
4.
Oh, did you net one it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Buddy.
Distracted by the armor.
And Reaver has a 4. Nax,
Yeah, I shall no longer be using this dice for the rest of the year.
you are the first to react. I'll see if I can get a marker on the map for you that stands out a little bit. Give me a moment. I think this might stand out. This is where you saw Finn swing at. That area. You are currently here, and I will get the north, south, etc. There we go. What would you like to do?
I feel like despite Nax being fairly on it, he's just thrown up his Gloom of Invulnerability, so he's just going to lash out and he's just going to hurl a chaotic bolt of energy at this corner where the creature was at.
I would
Okay.
love to drop a fireball on Finn.
Armed.
Are you making an attack roll or am I making a save?
An attack roll, it's a 13.
A 13. So you do, is that with disadvantage because this creature is invisible?
I will roll again.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a 9. Oh,
Okay.
it's a crit fail actually.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh no.
You hurl the bolt of energy and you see the stonework just smash and splinter. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm in my globe. I'm fine. And it's at the doorway. It's cool.
Since you rolled a natural 1, can I have a D100 roll from you?
Oh no.
Duck Finn.
Something wicked this way comes.
29.
29. Okay. Give me a creature of your choice. Foe or friend? Who are you currently focused on?
Oh, right.
I'll
Sorry.
take-
What am I?
I'll take it. Fuck it.
So, a creature of your choice, foe or friend, your choice, that you are currently focused on.
Oh.
Pick yourself. It's the only way.
I feel like I'm focused on the foe because I was just hurling that energy at them.
Okay. Something happens.
Fuck.
Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
No.
Okay. Finn, you see Nax hurl something in a general direction where you felt that there was something.
Cool. Right. Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm. Where would you like to place it?
I would like to place it north 1 square of me, please.
Okay.
We even
There
know
you
this is
go.
our target.
No.
We could be killing an innocent.
Yep.
That's a very good point, actually.
You didn't hear that though. They're not in the room with you quite yet.
Wait, no! Bing, bing, ding, ding! It's this motherfucker right here. We're looking for the guy who's been sending assassins after us, the guy who chopped off those guys' heads, and my little compass is going, it's that invisible guy in the corner. So my conscience is clear, stab!
It could be
Hey!
anyone.
Attack roll!
I will booming blade.
Go for it.
Just go for it. You've stabbed far more innocent people before.
No witnesses. Crit!
Okay. Is that with disadvantage?
Oh.
Sorry, they are invisible still.
Can my familiar use the help action to give me advantage and therefore negating it?
If you would have asked me that before you had to re-roll, yes.
Oh well, that's fair. Oh, that's still not bad. It's 19.
19. Okay. You make contact.
What's going on in there?
I found him. Over the mental link.
Oh, cool.
Also,
What's he wearing?
Announced
What's the fashion?
that my globe is up, so if you walk in the room, you're kind of protected.
That is really good to know. Thank you, Nick.
Is this creature a fiend, undead, or a? No, it's just it's just fiend or undead.
No extra effect happens when your scimitar hits it.
Excellent. Okay, so that is 10.
Answer.
10 thunder damage
Okay.
and and 5 regular damage.
Okay. Damage 5. That's still magical though, right?
Yes.
Cool. Noted.
Cool. Oh, and then an extra D8 because of divine smite, not the paladin kind, just the cleric kind. That's cool.
The super holy person kind.
Yeah, super holy person kind.
How
I'll
much is
heal
that?
your wounds by making more.
Murder a
2
lot of
radiant
innocent
damage.
2 radiant damage. Okay. Nice.
And then, oh wait, I can hit with my spiritual weapon on the turn it's cast.
Yep.
Yes.
It has to hit first. It's trying to hit air, so it's probably gonna whiff. Disadvantage? No, it's not good. It's 4 both times. So there's 14.
No.
Yep.
But you've made contact.
I have.
Okay.
Is it still invisible?
As you've struck forward, seems to be invisible.
Can I, over the telepathic bond, just kind of like superimpose where it hit, and as it moves, or if it moves, just kind of like with the compass being.
Spiritual weapon is not concentration, is it?
It's not. Nope.
Okay.
I
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Denarian, you are still behind in the elevator shaft. This is a relatively small hallway. You're kind of waiting for people to make their way either left or right, and you suddenly hear the sound of boom, fighting.
There's
You
stuff
recognize the
happening.
sounds of battle and Nax's arcane chanting as he yeets spells around.
I would like to run into the room with my battle cry
Okay.
of woo.
5, 10, 15. Nax is in the doorway. Where would you like to go in the room? You've got 15 feet of movement left.
So, what did Finn project to me? Did he project an image of where he stabbed successfully?
So Finn projected this corner to you. He stabbed over there. There's a spiritual weapon floating here. Finn is there. There's a fireplace there that you could possibly stand in, but you would risk burning yourself. It's quite a cramped space.
If the only place I can stand
Mm-hmm.
is by the fireplace, then I
Mhm.
will accept that risk.
Okay. Can I have just a general acrobatics check from you?
That's a 17.
Okay, 17. Yeah, you managed to kind of balance on the stone edge of the fireplace and not like fall over or step into the fire.
Because Finn just said something that I never knew you could do in D&D. Help action from familiars. Can I get Graki to jump onto the invisible thing and help me?
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure that one of the ranger descriptions of your animals even that it can perform the help action.
So
if
what
we
would
know where it is, grapple it so it can't escape.
So what would that give me if I have Greki helping me?
10, 15, 20. If Greki comes into the room with you, it would give you advantage on whatever action it is that you're performing. In this case, it would be attacking, so the disadvantage would be negated into a neutral roll.
Amazing. In which case, stab. I ask Finn, stab?
Well,
Stab.
problem is, it is a bit cramped.
If Greki can't get
I'll
in...
say that Greki and the spiritual weapon can occupy the same space since it's technically floating.
Oh, amazing.
But I think I am being a bit lenient there.
You are being
How tall is the room?
most benevolent.
I'm worrying that she's being really lenient because we're all about to get clusterfucked in a room.
Okay.
How
So,
tall
yes.
is that room? High
It's
ceiling, low ceiling?
fairly high. It's like 30 feet-ish high.
Oh, amazing! Flying
That's
people,
like
go.
7-ball juggling. Okay. I'm going to stab. I'm going to
Okay.
bring out my sword.
So, commanding Greki to do the help action would be your bonus action,
That is okay.
but you can take a straight roll on your regular action.
Cool. My bonus was going to be moving across Hunter's Mark, but okay. I will just use normal weapon. That is a 19 to hit.
I don't think you can do that unless the creature is dead.
Yes, I can. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Cool. In which case that does that plus 21 points of damage.
This is magical damage.
This is magical and poison damage.
Okay. 21 points of damage.
And then I just go for
Are
a
they a dragon?
Good point. Are they a dragon?
You do not get any extra damage off, no.
Okay, on my second stab, it's a 27 to hit.
Definitely hits, yeah.
Is this with your poison as well?
Yes. 6, 7, 12, 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Okay.
And I shall hiss at it.
You hiss at
You're
it.
what at it? Oh, right, okay.
Which, basically, I'm just hissing at a wall.
At the end of your turn, you see again this kind of freezing wind roll towards you. Nax, you're still in your globe, but Finn, Daenerys, and Greki, as this goes in a cone outwards, can I have Constitution saving throws from you?
It's the globe's radius.
Oh, wait, no, that's Mage Slayer, not Warcaster.
Okay.
10 foot, did you say?
Yeah, actually, so
Oh, shit.
Finn and Greki are in it.
Are they? 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Just an Aryan then.
Just a name.
Just an Aryan.
There's a globe.
Did you say it was a cold thing coming at me?
Yes.
So seeing as I'm technically standing in a fire,
Unfortunately, it's a magical cold.
Okay.
And not just the weather.
I love that.
okay, this is a 10.
Okay. You take 20 points of cold damage.
Oh.
You have this weird sensation though where your right
Oh my
toe feels
God.
really hot, but your left fingertips are kind of frostbitten at the same time.
Nervous system.
As this cold wind washes over you, and you hear as The wind washes over the globe, a frustrated from the corner. Sam.
From a different corner.
The same corner.
No, same corner.
Yes. Sam.
Looking at the mental overlay of what's been provided to me, I just... Reaver's still in the room with me, or is that him outside in the corridor?
Between...
Reaver's in the corridor. You are still in the original hallway where you landed.
Who's with me?
Reaver's standing, so if that statue does move...
That's Eridrian.
Cool. I step forward, just stick my head out the door, nod politely to Reaver, and cast Greater Invisibility on him.
Okay.
And say, it's invisible, you've got your eye thing. Taste of his own medicine. Good day. And I take a step back inside the room, because that's a clusterfuck of AoE waiting to happen.
So I'm invisible now.
Reaver is invisible now.
Great.
Okay.
Like, you strike with advantage. You'll murder everything.
Anything else you wish to do?
Can I inspire people telepathically since they can hear my mind? I'm gonna try it. We'll find out if it works here, right now.
Go for it.
Because I'm practiced at this. I can do it without magic. Maybe I can do it only with magic.
Yeah.
Excellent. Finn, your instincts for finding people to kill are unparalleled, and your sense of justice in executing that, pun intended, is getting better. I'm proud of you. You're muted as well.
No. I'm just trying. Finn's got a lot of complicated emotions of like a backhanded guilt trip. Like, nope. I'm being stalwart in this.
Feel the power flow through you, Finn.
You fucked up next.
He did. He killed
Stab.
Reki. He killed the dog. Of course he died.
Exactly. Yeah. This guy. Wait, no. This guy's the guy who's beating his ass out there. Stab.
Yes.
I would stab him again if I could.
Like, I'm being backhanded and sassy, but like, you're on the right page here, Finn. Go for it. You're inspired. If I can. I try.
You feel inspired, Finn?
Fuck! Oh man, I can inspire
people
from the world
murder.
away.
It is now the person's turn.
So it's good that the term person was used and not deity or any other such...
Are deities not people?
God.
We've ticked off. It's not a dragon. It's not a deity.
It's not a fiend or undead.
Now...
Is it gonna move?
Funnily, it is.
Misty, step away.
You know that it is. When it is. So, technically, you don't see it move.
Mm-hmm.
And the movement happens so sudden that it implies a use of magic.
Okay.
Was there a verbal or spoken component to that?
Oh no.
There is.
Oh, I can't counterspell.
No.
Because I'm not there.
You feel, Finn, the direction change to here.
Love?
Takes 11 points of thunder damage as they move because of booming blade.
Ooh.
So also as they'll move and they'll hear as the thunder pops around them.
Points of thunder damage. Okay. They will make a concentration check and pass it for the greater invisibility.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Then...
We've got at most... Oh, someone has buzzed me. We have at most 8 rounds of that spell remaining. I might cast it again, I guess.
I do have it.
They do a thing you don't notice because they're invisible.
Well, that's the worst.
Damn it. No, they disappeared. They didn't move, so I don't get an opportunity to attack. Balls.
I'm reading something complicated, just so you know.
Oh gosh.
Fuck.
How do these weird and esoteric things interact with each other?
Okay.
Which has greater authority than the other?
Okay. It has moved. You know that. That's as much as you can tell happened. Eridrian. Finn has given you it's moved into, from his perspective, this general direction somewhere. Could be standing right next to him, could be 500 feet away. Oops, did I just give away something with that? Oh well, let's pretend we don't know what that means.
What means? I genuinely didn't see anything.
It means it dimension doored.
Oh!
Because 500 feet. Okay, with
Could
my
have been a
action,
teleport.
I will activate my Ghostly Gaze ability. That gives me X-ray vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work or not. I'm going to look towards the other room, seeing through the wall. Then for my bonus action, I'm going to use my Fey Step to teleport to the space west of the table.
I love that. 100%.
That's brilliant.
It has to be a place that I can see within range.
There you go. Fantastic.
Outstanding move.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic combination of abilities. Yes, it works.
Amazing. And that is my action, bonus action. And then for my movement, I will dance a little jig on the spot because it worked.
Okay. As you, Sam, being in the room with Eridrian, you see him take a step forward and in a flurry of leaves just disappear from the room. And in a flurry of leaves appear in the other room, Eridrian, you too see the desk, the rubble lying around the fireplace that the Daenerys kind of carefully balancing on the edge of.
I just like to murmur to myself, turned invisible again, have you?
The moment we've all been waiting for. Now it has an awkward problem.
It steps
not fit.
5 feet into my range, so I get an attack of opportunity.
You do get an attack
You
of
have
opportunity.
advantage because you are invisible.
There's also that.
Okay, cool. That
Now
confirms.
we hope that it doesn't have a really strong line attack.
Marissa, can I be 5 feet further? And I think I said I stepped away from the door.
Absolutely. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a 28 to hit.
28 hits. Yes.
Fantastic. Crap. Never mind. I just it's been a while, so I forgot all the cool stuff that I could have done there, but I chose not to because I forgot. 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay, as you hit it with the scythe, and you definitely hear a shing of metal on heavy metal. You still make contact. You leave a scratch. It's standing there looking confused for a start because something invisible just hit it. And then you see it pull what looks like a mace with spikes at the end from the back with this very clunky motion. It taps its chest and it's going to use Dimension Door.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
And it's going to go here, not realizing Sam is there to try and hit this invisible thing because it's used to invisible things. Steps into the room with Sam.
Is this a suit of armor?
Yes.
I look up at the suit of armor, and I just say,
It steps into the room.
This is exactly what I tried to avoid. Well, remember me fondly.
But that is also its turn. Reaver, it's now your turn at the bottom of initiative.
Finally. Okay, I don't think I could swing a scythe comfortably in that room ahead of me, so I am going to deal with the problem in front of me.
Okay.
I am invisible still, so I get advantage when attacking it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to use Great Weapon Master because that's something that I can do, and also I am going to bonus action Hex it.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I had a ring for Hex, but I cannot find it. Oh, there we go.
One is 18, one is 19.
Totals?
Totals.
As you swing, neither of them hit. Both of them bounce off the armor.
Oh dear.
What were those numbers?
18 and 19.
18 and 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Same script. Oh, much better. Highest one is 20.
Hits.
26.
Hits.
Sweet. No, 21 because -5 because of Great Weapon Master.
Still hits.
Whoa. Okay.
Close.
One of these. 10, 12, 22, 20, 27 points of slashing damage this time.
Okay.
That's better. Now that I remembered to do everything.
Hex, do you apply a disadvantage? Or is it just the extra?
Oh,
damage?
yeah. Strength.
Okay.
Strength checks.
Yeah. Noted. Is that your turn?
Bonus action. I don't want to move out of its range, so yes. I think that's me.
Okay.
Wait, am I at the door?
Yes, you're
Right.
exactly at the door. It's at the door and you're on the other side. of the
Okay,
door.
actually, I just want to stay there. Hopefully, it'll go for me rather than Sam. That kind of type of
Okay.
thing. Even though I'm invisible, so it'll probably go for Sam. Never mind, that's me.
Next, technical question.
Mm-hmm.
What level did you cast your Globe of Invulnerability at?
Oh no.
Fifth.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Reaver,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to use a legendary action. And it is going to try to hit Eridrian. Oh,
Sorry, it was cast at 6, but it affects 5th level.
okay.
spell.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Disadvantage on that one. Eridrian, does a 21 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, as almost immediately next to you appears this blue-white light of very, very cold air. You take 15 points of cold damage, which I believe you are resistant to, so that is 7 halved.
Oh, thank God, I thought you said 50 there for a sec. I was like,
1-5.
Jesus.
1-5.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to use my reaction
Yep.
to use my Misty Escape ability.
Ooh.
I turn invisible and teleport up to 60 feet to a space I can see. Can I teleport to the other side of the table, please?
Absolutely.
Like 2 spaces east.
Yep. There you go. And you are invisible.
I am invisible until the start of my next turn.
Noted.
Just
Noted.
invisible.
Nice.
Nice. Top of the round. Nax, we are back
Can I
to
just
you.
get a quick vector check on the adversary?
this general direction.
Got it. Thank you.
Nax.
Now, come on, Ramazar. Is this the pathetic, underhanded tactics you had to use in order to take down your betters? You were a mere lowly acolyte.
I told you it was better
Reveal
to
yourself if you really are thinking you're that powerful.
Ooh. Make me an intimidation check.
I just fucking say, it
or
is so much better.
persuasion. Either one. Bit on the edge.
What was that? Intimidation? Or
Intimidation or persuasion?
what? Oh, I'm crap at either.
That's right, it is better to shit talk someone if you know their name.
Crit. 22.
Okay.
That's terrifying. Hey, I have a question, Nax, whilst Mercer is fiddling for minis. What is the words? What happens if an enemy gets inside your globe of invulnerability?
I mean, it doesn't matter that an enemy. It basically stops people casting spells from outside to affect anyone inside. So if
Got it.
anyone's inside, then it's...
So once they're inside...
Yeah.
Cool.
You see appear in the corner with a snarl of anger, annoyance on the face. Another tiefling. Similar of skin tone to yourself, Nax. Whitish as well. With long horns curled backwards. They've got kind of shoulder cropped hair, blue blackish robes. They appear to be just a tiefling for all intents and purposes. And as they appear, you see them stand there snarling at you, coming from you, as if you didn't try and bring as many supporters and followers as possible here.
As soon as he's appeared, I'm going to sling a Bigby's hand at him and try and grapple him with it.
Okay.
So dropping my globe of invulnerability at the same time.
Okay. That's being dropped. And the grapple check is acrobatics and or athletics, I believe, right?
Yeah, let me just check if there's anything special.
Can I just say, that was fucking cold. Like, that pivot. Play on the emotions, taunt, and then immediate, like, got you. Squidge.
Yeah, so... AC 20, strength 26.
I believe you need to roll a strength check for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's rubbish. 13.
It's less rubbish than the escape attempt, which is a 12. So you see them move to the side, and kind of almost clumsily the hand still grabs them. You have got Ramazar grappled.
Cool, and in which case, while it's grappling him, it's going to give him a wee squeeze. And...
Can you do both of those on the same turn?
Well, let me double check exactly what's that thing. So, it's great. So when I cast the spell, and as a bonus action in your subsequent turns, you can move the hand up to 6 feet and cause one of the following effects. So I used my action to cast the spell, and within the grasping hand, while it is grappling, you can use a bonus action to crush it. So I've not used my bonus action this turn.
Go on, give it a squeeze.
I hope he makes like a squeaky toy noise.
12 plus 10, 22.
Is that to hit or the total squeeze damage? I presume you don't have
the squeeze because
I was gonna say, I presume you don't have to roll it to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, straight up 22 damage. As you do it, and you hear a few crunches. Let's put it that way. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that is.
Okay, a very successful turn. What does your Bigby's hand look like?
It's basically a giant version of my hand, so a little bit like frail but strong and scary,
Okay.
creepy looking.
Finn, you turn around and you see this slightly scaled white hand grabbing this person, tiefling, standing in the corner. Visible.
Yep. Right. I'm going to. I can easily. Okay, but can my 1, 2, 3? Yep. So first and foremost, my spiritual weapon's going to go over to him.
Okay, 20 feet, right?
Yep.
Whoop. Do you want it to be there or there?
The south one, please.
Okay, there
Yes,
you go.
that one. And then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 3 squares across to the west.
Yep. In the corner.
Mm-hmm. So he's grappled but not restrained, correct?
Just grappled. Speed
Just
is 0.
Perfect, cool. I want to take a look at this tiefling, and just gonna look him in the eye and says, "You're the one who sent the assassins. You're the one who's disrupted our way of life. You're the one who's killed us. You." Yeah, no, I don't feel bad about this at all. And I'm going to, at the same time as my spiritual weapon hits him, drop the sword and put my hand forward and inflict wounds.
Okay. Which one are you rolling first?
I will roll for the spiritual weapon first.
Okay.
A 27.
27 definitely hits.
Perfect. So that's 2d8 bonk damage. 2d8 plus 5 bonk damage, which is 9. Not great. And then rolling for the inflict wounds cast at level 1.
He's going to use a reaction and counter spell.
That's fine. That's fair. Axe and Surge will stab him. No, I'll say. You know what? Actually, I'll save my Axe and Surge for in case it calls for it later.
Okay.
But what's basically gonna happen is just gonna go against him, like, no, I was meant to do something else, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, Venerian.
Amazing. I've totally lost track of which way he is. He now in the bottom left corner?
So he is now there, visible.
Splendid. Cool. I'm going to hop over to him.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do so, a branch will grow from my head and a little leaf will sprout.
Okay.
I turn into a great tree. Guardians of Nature.
Somewhat terrifying. Okay.
What the fuck?
I get some temporary hit points, advantage, and the area is difficult terrain for enemies only.
Are
So
you
it's difficult to
large
enter.
now? Is a
Not
great
to
tree
my
a
knowledge.
large creature? Okay.
No.
It sounds somewhat great.
It does. I just
Yes.
appear extra barky and a little bit leafier than normal.
Okay.
Specific man.
Just all.
Venerian is now. There you go. You're now a tree.
Oh, perfect.
This is brilliant.
And I will make an attack on.
Okay.
Wait, no, bonus action. That was my bonus action. Main attack. I have advantage. Oh, no, I'm gonna need it. 26 to hit.
26 hits. Where does your advantage come from?
Being a tree.
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck is this spell? I'm reading it on my other screen. I'm just like, why?
Sounds legit.
Because Emetry.
23 hits.
That does 6 plus 12 damage. 18. That is the
What?
last of my poison damage.
Okay.
From my sheath of the coals.
Okay. You see this tiefling look up somewhat surprised as the young half-elf turned into a tree and started whacking him.
Cool. I'm going to attack again.
Yeah.
Strength-based attacks with advantage.
And dex.
I do just hear from my right-hand side that strength-based attacks have advantage.
And
That's for the primal beast mode.
Yeah,
the great
the second
tree
one.
mode is dexterity and wisdom.
My right side was wrong.
Dexy.
A Dexy tree!
Yeah. Natalie, carry on. What did you roll?
That is a 27 to hit,
Imagine
Yes.
whopping Willow.
doing 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Magical damage.
Okay. Best spell.
Daenerys
Amazing.
never been a tree before, has he?
He's talked to trees.
Spoke to trees.
Yeah. Been in trees. Been on trees.
Now is trees.
Now is trees.
Is this
That
like?
is all.
Is this another piece of your bloodline?
It's
Sam,
complicated. It's a
as you-
complicated family tree.
Half it.
Oh.
God.
As you
damn it.
ponder this, there's also a giant statue in front of you, Sam. Giant suit of armor, some would say.
Is it looking at Reaver?
It is looking at Reaver, but it has noticed you. You do know that it's aware of your presence. When it stepped into the room, it was
knocked me
like,
aside.
a person. But then got attacked in the back and turned around to look at its attacker, who is invisible.
Reaver, would you rather invisibility or some combat assistance? Choose.
It's combat.
I cast. So Alex transforms, taking on the form of going back to Lady Jaina Caldia, as she casts transformation.
Okay.
And let me bring that up on screen. Excellent. Cool. I now have 50 extra temporary hit points. I am proficient in everything, basically. And yeah, let's fucking go. I launch it. I make the attack action.
Go
I
for
have
it.
advantage. Invisibility drops on Reaver.
Yes.
With advantage, that is 21 to hit.
21 just hits.
6 plus. Ooh, 6 piercing damage and 15 force damage on top of that. Oh no, my apologies. I'm using the wrong weapon. 22 to hit for that. Oh, I'll have to. Apologies. I forgot I had a magic short sword.
No worries.
4 plus 15, so that is 4 magical piercing, slashing? Yes.
For magical.
4
Yeah.
magical melee damage and 15 force damage on top of that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nice. Good number.
Yes, it is, but the best part about the spell is that I get extra attack with it. So I do it again.
Okay.
How does it feel about a 25 to hit?
25 still hits.
Amazing. For 9 magical melee damage and 19 force damage.
Okay.
And like just covered in this ethereal spiritual weapon style armor, but like with more of Sam's colors to it. This regal noblewoman stands, sword at range, shield in hand, and just says, "Face me in battle!"
You can see
Challenging
from
this
the front, Reaver, that it takes a hit, buckling forward momentarily.
I'll just like lean with it and then come back.
Okay.
This isn't even my final form.
Nice. You can see you're leaving dents in the armor plates of it. Okay, Sam. It is Ramazor's turn. It looks at you, Nax. It's a really pot kettle, and just kind of flicks a spark in your general direction.
Oh,
Wait!
Oh.
Is this a ranged attack on Nax?
Nope.
Oh, damn it!
Can't spell it anyway?
I can't counterspell. I can only protect.
Well, we're in the wrong room.
He protect. He attack. Unfortunately,
Yikes!
cannot react.
Wow,
Nice.
Ryan. Wow.
I really hope that does not go through walls, but also tremendous.
I'm
If
just
it's-
checking. The
if it's-
fire
if it's
spreads
what I
around
think it is,
corners.
It spreads around corners.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So,
Can I counterspell, please? Or attempt?
Oh, thank God.
what level are you counterspelling?
I'm gonna attempt with a 4th level.
Can I have a spell check in that case? So it's a d20 plus your intelligence, I believe.
Can you counterspell through your globe of invulnerability?
He dropped it.
I don't know.
Oh right.
Yeah, you can
His hand is
do
up.
outwards, you just can't cast inwards.
It's a one-way mirror.
Okay.
Best.
Oh, I thought it was going to land on the 18, not the 5.
Heartbreaking.
15.
15 is unfortunately not enough.
Madness.
That means it's at least a 6th level fireball, and oh no.
So, can I have everyone, including the suit of armor, make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Someone has advantage, I don't remember who. Oh no! Wish it were me.
Dexterity saving throw. I've
Yes.
got.
And I'm gonna
shit.
have to do some hell of a lot of math.
Did you say it's a D10 for your inspiration?
Yep.
Okay. Thank fuck.
I'm gonna use a dice roller for this one.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Apparently.
It's rolling. Okay. Sam,
Yep.
what's your
9.
roll?
2 plus 7 equals 9.
Fail.
Weep with me.
Suit of armor also fails. Denarian,
Yeah.
16 Greki, 15 Denarian.
both of you fail. Keep track of your failures or successes, please. Eridrian,
20.
just pass. Finn,
So I rolled a 9, but thanks to the plus 10 inspiration and a 4 to my dex, that's a 23.
pass. Nax,
23.
ooh, pass.
Is Bigby's hand in the...
Yes.
Did he overlap himself?
Oh, no. He would be grappling himself. No, he doesn't sculpt. So, Bigby's hand is fine. Reaver.
7.
Okay, those of you who fail, you take 58 points of damage. That is 5-0.
Oh.
Oh my god, all my temporary hit points.
Those of you who succeeded, you take 29 points of damage.
I am going to react and absorb elements to half
Okay.
that further.
Okay.
Holding out my sword, and the fire's going to go into it. And I'm going to cast that at. No, I'm just going to cast it first level actually. So yeah, it'll
That's
just.
on your
but
next
the
turn, I
scimitar's not
think,
glowing.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So,
What kind of damage was it?
fire. And so you reduce that to 14, Finn.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Fucking goddamn. Okay.
58, yeah?
58 total. Yes, Adrian, you pop out of your invisibility, somewhat singed, but not as bad as it could have been.
I lost concentration on fly, by the way.
Noted.
Oh. Well, you cast hex, did you?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, I
you
did.
did.
Nah,
So you
never
lost
mind. That's
concentration
fine.
on Hex then.
Oh fuck. Whoops.
Yes, that.
Thanks for remembering.
Sorry, I've just got concentration written down. I was like,
Thank you very much for
concentrating on
that.
something.
I have passed my concentration check because I only took 8 points of actual damage.
I passed mine as well.
What was the damage for resistance and dex save? 14 or something?
29, half to 14. If you need to make a concentration check, it has to be at least 10.
Right.
Eridrian.
Ramazan is looking a bit, or Ramazar even is looking a bit surrounded at the moment, so I'm not going to use any big stuff. I'm just going to cast Eldritch Blast and then send all 3 bolts in.
Boom, boom, boom.
Which is a 19 to hit, a 10 to hit, and a 14 to hit.
The 19 hits, the other 2 miss, unfortunately.
Cool. And then damage is 4. 4 points of force damage.
Okay. 4 points of force damage. Bonus action?
Each action, I will activate my Shivering Scimitar.
Noted. At the end of your turn, Eridrian, he's going to again, you can see this happen now, blow over his hand, and you see the breath turn into this like icy crystal as see he would get everyone in the room, but only in the room in this case. I think it's a 15-foot cone. So Greki is 5 steps. Just in it, everyone in the room can have Constitution saving throws.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So, Eridrian.
16.
16 is a failure. Nax.
14.
Failure. Denarian.
10 and 17.
Both failures as well.
Oh.
Who am I missing, Finn?
11!
Oh god.
Okay, well that didn't make it either. All of you take 15 points of cold damage from this. If you're resistant to cold, then that gets half to 7.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Still maintaining
Ridrin, end of his turn done. It is now the statue's turn,
Oh dear.
who is being somewhat torn between 2 people flanking it. And it is going to almost make a sweeping motion as it uses its 3 attacks, trying to hit once as it turns around you, Reaver. And you can see it was kind of going to turn around because you're invisible. The invisibility dropped, but it's already in the motion. It doesn't stop to reconsider its actions.
Yeah.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
I said hold, sorry, I was muted. I have cutting words.
Fair. Go for it.
I should. Okay, excellent. Minus 1d10 to its attack roll. Minus 8.
Then it misses.
Nice.
Here's that reaction.
Okay. So is your reaction used? It's now going to swing for you twice, Sam.
Twice? Fuck, I should have
Twice.
saved.
For a 22 the first time,
Success.
and the second one is for a 25.
Success.
Okay.
This is probably the end of my spell ability.
That is going to be 13 points of piercing damage on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
Non-magical.
Okie dokie.
Guess
Ah.
that's it. And 14 points of damage on the second.
Okie dokie. Concentration check number 1. Pass. 18 plus 5.
You need a 10, so...
Yeah, second one. 4 plus 5, 9. Fuck!
Spell drops.
Back to Alex.
Okay. Reaver.
Uh-huh.
It's finally back to your turn.
Oh shit. I am going to. Down the hallway is still like massively cramped, and there's like cold wind and fire.
Yeah,
and
you
shit
see
coming from
just around the
outside.
corner. There's fire. There's eyes. There's coming from just around the doorway.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to bring Hex back up onto this because I stopped.
Okay.
So it's Hexed again. And I am going to attack it.
Okay, go for it.
I am going to just attack it probably regularly. Okay, great weapon mastery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
19
Don't have advantage anymore.
minus 5, 14 plus 10, 24.
24 does hit.
Sick. Boom. 12 plus 5. Yeah, 12 plus 5, 17, 27 points of slashing damage for the first hit.
Okay. You leave a long line with the side in the metal plating.
Mm-hmm. Second attack. Natural 20.
Oh! Okay. Roll all the dice.
I didn't do Great Weapon Mastery on that one, by the way.
Okay.
That was... not as good as it could have been. Lots of 2s. 2, 6.
Remember, we re-roll ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Isn't like it could have been better if I had rolled 1s. That would have been re-rollable. But
Uh-huh.
I've got 3 2s.
Ah.
15 and 5, 20 points of slashing damage.
Not bad. It's definitely... It's starting to become a little bit dented.
Okay. See, while we're denting it,
Mm-hmm.
is there any gaps in the armor?
It looks fairly overlapping. It's almost like it's made of plates that are properly...
Yeah, but I'm saying, have we buckled any, so there's gaps or anything to be able to see inside it, to see if there's anything in there, or if it's like...
What's your passive perception?
low.
Okay. Possibly, but if it were so, you, in the movement and the fire and the heat of battle, you aren't able to see it.
Okay. If there are eye sockets, though, or anything like that, there's no darkness in there for me.
What you saw was that the statue appears to have eyes. It's got a roughly chiseled face.
Okay.
They're just unmoving.
Ah, so it's more like a statue than an empty suit of
It
armor.
looks
that
more
type
like
of
a
thing.
statue
Okay.
than a... It's almost like a statue of a person in armor more than armor itself.
Like one of those kind of like old kind of Valkyrie mask type of...
Yeah, almost a bit like that. Yeah.
Cool. That's
Yeah, it's not the corpse
Okay.
things that we had in Lysanders.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Nax,
Yeah.
back up to you.
I am going to blast him in his face with a bit of lightning.
He's going to try and counterspell at 3rd level.
It's cast at like 5th level.
Okay, in which case he's going to make a roll for it. He rolls a natural 1. Ooh. And as he does so, those of you who are standing close to it, so that's Daenerys, Finn, Nax, you can see he's wearing something around his neck that spins for a moment. And he re-rolls that natural 1 into a fucking 2. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Fate's not on your side, laddie.
But you notice there's something happened there in reaction. Counterspell doesn't take, so go for it.
He gets a Dex saving throw DC 18.
Jeez.
That's another natural 1.
Cool. Oh, wrong one. I accidentally rolled the fireball. Oh, it's 10d6 anyway. So, 37 lightning damage.
Okay. That's a lot. You see, as he's trying to counterspell, and you cast a spell that's clearly too powerful for the level that he's counterspelling it at. You see him get blasted in the face by the lightning, and as he kind of recovers from it, you see him look around, and there's a franticness to it as he realizes he's being held. There's 3 people in front of him. There's a wolf in the background. You can see his eyes are darting around the room.
And just to add a little bit more to it, Bigby's hand is going to give him a wee squeeze just to remind him how cornered and pinned he is.
Okay, go for it.
For 16 damage.
Okay. That your turn?
It is.
Finn.
Okay. How's he looking?
Unhappy.
Yeah.
He looks like he's in pain, but he looks quite panicked.
Good. And how's everyone else looking? Is anyone woozy? Yeah, it's like...
Denurian and Greggy aren't looking super perky. My leaf's a little bit orange and brown.
You're a tree! You're a tree!
There's part of him is a little bit still on fire, but you can imagine that Denurian, even in tree form, hasn't noticed it.
Are you
How'd
suggesting
become a tree?
Denurian, that autumn is in fact an inferior season to summer?
It's not great for the leaves, is it? And Greggy's whimpering a wee bit.
Okay. Mechanical question: Are you below? Does it look like you're below half your hit points?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, right.
First.
Oh well, in that case, I will channel divinity, which cannot be counterspelled because it's a fucking ability, not a spell. So you can put that in his pipe and smoke it. So everyone who's below half hit points, raise your hand.
Hold up 2.
You hold up 2.
Okay. I'm in the next room though. I don't think you can see me.
I don't think I can.
No.
We still have comms active.
But you can't. If you need to see him for the spell description,
I can.
You wouldn't be able to.
I think I might be able to if this because I'm in the far left thing. I would be probably able to see his.
There is a door though.
I can help
if the door's shut, then
unless you guys have neatly put a door stopper in place to hold it open.
Well, surely the door's been blown off. There's a fireball gone off.
Yeah, it's on. It's on fire, Finn. It's not immediately disintegrated. It's a different spell. I'm happy to cast that one if you want.
Oh no!
Right, thank you.
Do not taunt.
In that case, fine. Denirian and Greggy, you can both get 25 HP.
Hot.
Is that up to the minimum of the maximum?
I can give out 50 up to the so up to basically fill your boots up to your maximum hit points. Half your maximum hit points, rather.
Up to half your maximum.
And that includes the aid I gave you both earlier today.
Sorry, what was the aid again, by the way?
That was you get plus 10 to your HP because I upcast it. No, I gave you 10. Greggy's got 5 plus 5 to his HP.
Amazing. Cheers.
To max. Yep. And that will be my action. Bonus action, bonk.
Yep.
Spiritual bonk. That's for 17.
17 does not hit.
It doesn't hit.
Nope.
God damn.
You can see even while he's being held by the hand, he still moves just out of the way.
Slippery little bastard. Right. Can I... DM, question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like he's gonna try and... Bless you.
Thank you.
Does it look like he's sizing up an escape route? Or just like...
Hard to say. You could spend an action rolling an insight check.
No, I'm just thinking about how to finish this guy off quickest. Well, that could work. Action surge.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and attack him again. Inflict wounds.
Yep.
5th level.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. 21.
21. He's already used his... No? Has he used his reaction?
He uses
He has already
reaction.
used it. I feel like he has.
Yeah, I think he
tried to
did.
Yes, I've got an R next to it. Yep, he tried to counter spell axe. He doesn't use his reaction. Yep, that hits.
Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Inflict wounds. So at first level, that's 3.
Yeah, it's
so
a
that's
shit ton of
4,
damage.
5, 6, 7 d10.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's a lot of dice. Okay. So that is 45 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
As Finn's hand just reaches forward, grabs him by the throat, and then just the oomph of just dark
You see
around his throat.
through the white scaly skin, just the black veins kind of stand out and blacken for a moment. And you hear him go as he gasps for breath.
I'll release my hand and shake my hand. That'll be my turn.
Yeah?
Didn't know you had the evil in you.
This motherfucker sent assassins to our home. They killed Greki and Denarian. Nah. It's not just some random drug peddlers. This guy's... Nah. Because, well, everyone got mad at me for killing drug dealers.
Denarian,
Yes.
you've patted out the fire on your branches.
I feel like now's not the time,
What a
Finn.
tree!
Can I do a cantrip spell and a normal spell?
If one of them is a bonus action and one of them is an action to cast, then yes.
Cool, yes. In which case I am going to first of all cast a bonus action cantrip Healing Spirit on the doorway. It's going to be a frog. It's going to just stand at the top of the doorway with a big tongue.
Okay.
It's going to have a big tongue.
Does it do anything to anyone?
Yeah, it's going to lick anybody who goes through the doorway and heal them, of course. So
Anyone? Or just us?
just us. It's not going to lick the enemies. I would like to stand under the doorway and get licked. Greki is also going to run through the doorway.
So,
What a sentence.
There's no
you want
enough
to
space
walk
for this.
out and back in? Or do you want to remain
So
out?
I would like to stand in the doorway, probably the north side of the doorway.
Okay. As you... Reaver, you stand in the hallway, and a small tree with Denarian's face walks past Nax into the hallway, and you see just on the corner of this door frame that's still slightly smoldering, this as a frog licks the tree.
I would like Greki
And
to
you
run
are
past.
wondering
I'm just
how
gonna
hard you got hit on the head.
Stare.
I'd like
Okay.
Greki to run past also and head north of the corridor.
Okay.
top side of the map.
Just as far as he can get?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Not like too far away, but just he's gonna get
So,
blammed
he
as
has
he
to
passes
go-
through as well.
He can't be closer than this.
That's okay. He doesn't get engaged into combat with the armor, does he?
No.
Cool. Okay, we're both gonna get healed. For my main action, I'm going to...
I say that. Technically, he does go into the guy's space and out of it again.
Then I will stay there then. If I'm here, am I still...
So that's Grekky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Grekky still technically in his space where he is now?
So as Grekky runs past the doorway, he will enter and leave this armor suit threatened area. And there's no way that he can stop closer because all the spaces are occupied.
I don't think that's a valuable trait.
In which case, can I use my action to tell Grekky to disengage?
Yes, you can. Sure.
Can? Okay.
I'll let you do that.
Then that will be all for now.
Okay.
Do I get licked by a frog by standing at the south side of the doorway, or do I have to pass through it?
You have to pass through. You have to pass on the square. The doorway square will be the south side of the doorway. I think that's where you're standing.
Yes.
Then yes, when you start your turn, you'll get healed. That is all, and it's a 2d6 healing.
I'm not sure I'm quite ready to be licked by a frog, but you know, we'll see how it goes for now.
Sam.
It's a 3d6 healing, sorry.
Yes.
Blissfully unaware of the visual parts of the chaos in the other room.
Did I just see a tree walk past the door?
No, Daenerys still on the other side of it.
You just see, like, Reaver, rather than looking at the statue, is just looking to his immediate right with his, like, kind of mouth, like...
Oh no, something worse is coming for Reaver. Okay. It's my turn.
Yes.
So, as a bonus action, and at 3rd level, I will cast a spell I very rarely cast. Crusader Mantle.
Oh!
Yeah. As the shards of, I don't know, magical illusory armor that encompassed Jaina dissipate, and Alex steps forwards, those shards kind of coalesce into like a pair of pauldrons, ghostly, ethereal, and she just points her hand at Reaver, who receives 2d6 healing.
Nice.
Oh.
Which I will calculate shortly, because
pleasant.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're dying of thirst, so here, have a sip. That number is 2.
Oh.
2 health points.
Sick.
Might be the difference between death or life.
Always.
Yep.
It has before. Immolation is no joke.
The next thing I will do is just to mitigate this is... Oh dear. Weaver, I'm sorry. Close your eyes. And then I engage the robe of scintillating colors. And just try and stun this creature.
Okay, that is... I don't have the sheet at hand. Is it a con save?
DC 15 wisdom save.
Wisdom save. One from you as well, please.
It does not go around corners. Wait, no, hang on, I'm a fool. I say this. I say, Reaver, close your eyes. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Line of sight is a thing. And I move 5 foot down, and then if possible 10 foot across, so that I'm up against the... Like, I can't see exactly which 4 squares this creature is occupying.
So it's occupying
Amazing.
the southern part of the room.
Cool. Move me up 5 feet, and then across 5 feet to the left, west.
So before you start moving, there's no door to this room. It's just a big hole.
That's okay. Light does not travel around corners. It says so.
Yeah, it would work. Absolutely.
Yeah?
You'd be just
Excellent.
out of it.
Yeah, but on the diagonal, will that not get tree?
Oh my god, there's a tree! Shit! Too late! Bam!
Sam did not know there was a tree. Yes. Can I have a wisdom saving throw from you, Daenerys? Kind of love it.
Thing. It's like, I'm just so enamored with this tree that I take a photo. And like, the robe of scintillating colours pauses on this the colors freeze, and there's this still image of this big metal armor attempting to cut down a tree.
I'd get the reflection back. That's sort of like when something flashes really bright. So I've just got like an imprint of tree on my vision. Like.
What did you roll, Denarian?
5.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
You are stunned.
This isn't a charm
advantage?
or anything.
It's not a charm.
Just stunned.
Checking when that ends.
Unfortunately,
Oh no.
Oh no.
it cannot be stunned.
What?
No!
Okay, everyone, I've learned important tactical information.
Trees can be
First of all,
stunned.
trees can be stunned, but metal armor cannot. An important distinction.
Fuck.
I do kind of love it though. Fantastic. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No. It still has a disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Yes, there's disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and you do look extremely magical as you have these magical pauldrons, and this cape just kind of fades in and out a little bit, and you've thrown open the rope a bit, and there's just bright light coming off of you. At the end of your turn.
This assassin dude wishes he looks as good as I do.
So Reaver to his right has got a giant tree, a spectral frog, and in front of him there's just like disco lights beaming out of a room.
Oh, you're right, I should also cast Hypnotic Pattern.
At the end of your turn, Sam,
Right.
Nax, it is going. The Ramazor is going to cast a cantrip, Ray of Frost at you. Whoa! For a 29 to hit.
I am going to send a shard of something at him to kind of distract him in his casting. And where is it? You must reroll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Ooh. As you see him fling the hand out and kind of moves his head a little bit, seeing something shoot towards him. Does a 16 break your AC?
Ooh, it is my AC.
Oh! You see it is almost going wide, but it just grazes you by the shoulder. As you
Pardon.
take...
1 second. Was that a ranged attack?
It is.
I will use my reaction to become the target of that attack
Okay.
with my shield, and that does not break my AC.
Nice. What's that?
My AC is 22 on ranged objects, and that is my special shield, which I once used to save Denarian from an acid arrow as well.
Yep.
Nice.
And as if a reward for Finn's fantastic servitude, he gets advantage on a next attack ability check or saving throw.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit!
As the side effect of me having distracted in the first place, or attempted to distract in the first place.
Ramazor?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
On my notes, he's called Rarsor.
Nice.
Nice.
You got 16 hit points from the frog leg, by the way.
It's not Nexus turn. It's not Nexus turn yet.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, I got confused.
I know. I feel that. It is then Ramazor's actual turn.
Rarsor.
Yes. He looks like he's going to cast a spell. Anyone that wants to do anything? Okay.
I will shake my fist at him because that's all I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks at you, Nax. Really? This is how you want it to end? Think of all the information you could gain. And he chucks another spark out.
Oh dear.
feel it's a bit
Oh,
rich
dear.
for this guy, given that,
I think Greki-
You don't need the template.
Greki
No.
and Sam are just out of it, I think.
Oh.
Sam's just in it. Sorry, Sam. But Greg
I
is just
regret
out of
moving.
it.
Hooray!
Have more dexterity saving throws, please.
I
Please
feel,
don't be bad.
I feel
Please don't be
like
bad.
I feel like mine and Sam's plan of staying out of the AoEs by not going into the room has failed somewhat.
We avoided the ice wind things.
Yeah.
You said I had advantage, correct?
Yeah.
On my next thing. Well, that really benefited me. Thank you very much.
Sam,
18.
18?
Yes.
Fail.
Ah!
Denarian,
Automatically
I'm
fails, he's stunned.
oh shit, you're
fuck.
stunned. You
Oh,
yes, you
shit.
automatically fail.
This
Thanks
is
for
what I get for
reminding me.
trying new items.
Eridrian,
And
Finn,
I went from a 6 to a 21.
safe. Nax,
12.
Phil, Reaver,
So I rolled hella medium and I still think it's not going to be enough. 19.
just fails.
Just fails now!
Just fails? Fucking hell.
Goddamn.
So, those of you who fail,
Those 2 hit points might come in handy.
take 52 points of damage.
Whoa!
No to 2. Those of you who succeed, I believe that is 26 halved.
Oh shit.
Is this fire damage?
Fire
again?
damage, yes. Those of you with resistance to fire damage, that's 26.
Reaver, how you doing?
Kinda crispy.
As
More than 2 hit
occasionally,
points?
the two of
did
you...
you say? Sorry, did you say 52?
5-2, yes.
I'm down.
Oh no.
Okay. As Sam and Reaver, you just occasionally, from all these noises going on in this other room, see bits of flame coming out that engulf all of you.
Yeah, I don't just mildly see, I get engulfed each time. They've hit me twice.
The suit of armor collapses, just
Shit.
melts.
Tight.
But as the flames retract, you also see Eridrian lying on the ground.
Oh,
Oh,
like
you
beneath.
disappear off the map. There you go. Now, I do have a little bit of bad news. Because immediately after, it's Eridrian's turn.
Lose my concentration.
Shit. Ah, keep it. Natural 20. Hex. Still up. Great.
Actual 20 to my locate creature, but that's but we're just so useful because he's right in front of me.
Eridrian.
Okay,
First
death saving
save.
throw. That's a natural 1.
Okay. 2 saves down. Next up,
Yep,
it's the statue.
It's definitely a 1 and not a 7.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm putting that one
2
away.
fails.
This took a turn really quickly.
Sudden turn.
Statue's turn. Statue's melted. You see it kind of, as it's melted, like, still try and move a little bit, but it's just slowly, like, collapsing in on itself. Reaver,
Me?
you know that the statue isn't going to do anything other than collapse a little bit more.
Sweet. I... There's a fucking stunned tree in the way, right?
Yes.
I am going to...
You can move through allies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only a little bit tree.
Oh, right, so you're still regular Denarian size.
I'm still regular size. I've just got like some extra branches and leaves.
Okay, I thought you were like...
If he was large, he wouldn't have fit.
Yeah, I thought you were
No.
like Groot in the hallway.
No.
I will
This
head
baby group.
into the room
Okay.
where it's all going on.
You can move yourself, you can reach.
Yeah,
Go
just
for it.
break the fourth wall.
Yes.
I'll jump in here
Yep.
to this side.
Uh-huh.
What is in the room again? There's
So you see a desk with papers that are singeing. There's some other object. You'd have to spend some time looking at it to properly make out what that is. There's a chair that's overturned. You see a fireplace. You're currently standing on some rubble.
great.
Technically, what you are standing on is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Just so you know, just that bit.
Right.
Just
that bit, of course.
And you see Eridrian lying down, just parts of the hair singed.
Okay,
You know, the beautiful clothes that he wears, parts of it are slightly smoking.
Okay. Motionless?
Motionless.
Okay.
There's the ever so shallow rise of the chest, but it looks to come in short bursts.
Okay.
If Reaver looks at Finn, gets for this, Finn will go, I've got him.
He's not looking at Finn.
Oh yeah, the mental link.
What are you doing, Reaver?
I'm trying to find my spell to see if it was in fact.
Oh, you got 11 points healing, lick healing as you pass through the doorway.
Oh, froggy. Okay. Hang on.
I think Spirit of Dying some bonus action for you.
No, not Spirit of Dying.
No? Okay.
Is Cure Wounds
Cure Wounds in
Wounds
action.
touch.
It's a touch.
touch?
Yeah.
Cool. 5, 10, 15,
You can get over to
20.
him.
I'll get over to him. Where's my... Da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do. 1d8 plus your spellcaster modifier, but then at higher it's 1d8 per spell slot, right?
Yes.
And your spellcaster modifier, cool. Right, one. So I reach down and place my hand on Eridrian, and I try and help Eridrian up. As I cast Cure Wounds, and because I cast Cure Wounds at 5th level, you get
Nice.
40 hit points.
Fuck yeah.
Because I'm bringing you up from unconsciousness, and my Circle of Mortality means that I heal you for the max.
As you take a breath, Eridrian, and you feel your lungs burn, and you immediately and instinctively cough, and yeah, you can feel like the hair in your nose is charred. Yeah.
Right. Plus my spellcaster modifier?
Yeah.
Would be for Cure Wounds.
Yes, which would be wisdom
6.
for this.
So, wisdom. Okay, then 41.
Okay. 41 points of healing. Do you wish to do anything else for a bonus action?
Bonus action, I will move my... I can shift my hex from the dead dude in the previous room
to
the guy in the corner.
Okay.
That I haven't seen up until this point.
Yeah,
Why?
you just now noticed the tiefling standing there being grappled by Nax's massive white hand.
Oh.
Is that
Yes, that's me. That's everything.
you? Okay. Top of the round, Nax.
So I get licked by frog now.
You
Or
get
licked,
licked.
mighty
You
frog.
finally get
the
licked
last.
by a
Your
frog.
fog disappears on that lick.
Okay.
I can't remember what you got. Was it? What did I roll? 16?
16.
I think it was a 16.
Yep.
Yes, bad.
You're about to do something, and you just feel this very soft, slightly wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will squeeze the hand first.
Okay.
Push a little bit of life out of him.
That's cool. Oh.
for 18 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to whisper towards them, when you hear the bell toll, you know your time is soon to come. And then I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. So must make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 21.
I'm going to use my Silvery Barb again as we're back on my turn to force him to re-roll that.
Okay. Ooh, I rolled off the table. Oh, that's definitely not high enough. It's a 14.
Cool. So that'll be 3d12 because I'm guessing he hasn't regained full health. For a somewhat mediocre 25.
That's not mediocre.
As you
Necrotic.
all hear this ding, you see him kind of cringe. And he looks at you, Nax. There's clear panic in his eyes. And he goes, there is still a chance to talk about it. Think about the things that I know, the information you could gain. Do you really want to lose all of that?
This information
I'm happy.
Remember?
I'm happy to if you want you can. I mean, there's nothing left of what was once here, but you can have it.
I can have it without you as well. You've caused us nothing but torment for the last wee while. Your time is coming.
As you say that, you just see the little bit of color on his pallid face drain. Finn, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, and I'll sling my advantage that I get off that at Finn again.
Okay.
Okay. I will. The parties are more of a concern. But he's so close. First off, bonus action, bonk. For a. No, I'm taking the advantage on that one. Much better. From a 12 to a 28.
28 hits.
For 3 plus 8, 11. That's 11 points of force damage. Oh wait, no, it's plus 5. So 16 points of force damage.
Okay.
Are you still up?
It's the Raven Claw, right?
Oh, sorry?
It's the claw, the Raven's Claw,
Yes.
your spiritual weapon. How does the claw finish Ramazar?
Oh. I think as it's being clutched in Bigby's hands, the claw slowly comes round and rips the head off like the ones upstairs.
Hey.
And then as an action, I'll channel Divinity and heal everyone up to 50 hit points.
Oh,
Please,
wait.
tell me.
Before you do that,
Uh-oh.
tear the head off with the nail, just like the ones upstairs. And you can all see, most of you, the head of this guy who's been tormenting you for so long slowly roll over. And as it happens, you see the fear on his face, the sudden moment of shit, I'm dying. And as his reaction,
Uh-oh.
he presses something.
Oh no.
So we have 4 people in the room. I'm going to roll a d4 to see who's going to be affected by this. 1 Eridrian, 2 Reaver, 3 Nax, 4 Finn, I know that you probably can't see the dice, but I'll roll it here.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Is this a magical effect, or is this like
It's a magical
like a
effect.
spell?
But it's not being cast by someone.
Can't cast
Is it-
spell a magic item.
Is it a ranged thing?
Let's wait.
Okay.
Finn's like, get down, Mr. President.
More or less.
As all 4 of them hit Finn. it's
That's a
killing us.
2. Do you want to confirm, Reaver? Or
What?
do you believe the roll? Just, it's a
I
2.
believe the roll.
It's a 2.
Yes. 1 is Eridrian, 2 is Reaver, 3 is Nax, 4 is Finn.
Oh, it's a 4. It's a 4. She's lying.
Do you have fewer than 100 hit points?
Yes, I do.
Okay. As you see this guy lose his head, you see also a thin streak of black light leave something on its body and hit Reaver square in the chest. Reaver, for you, everything immediately goes black. And it's somewhat familiar. And you're bewildered for a moment because one moment you're standing in a room and now you're somewhere else entirely. And you hear a voice next to you. Didn't expect you here suddenly.
Didn't expect it either.
I mean, don't want to make light of the situation, but how long do you think you'll be staying?
No offense, as less time as possible. That'd be great.
You taking care of Luna?
Yeah, always. Thank you for doing the same. I think they're fine. But there's a whole mess of stuff that I need to be getting on with, so...
Well, shall we count down?
Yeah.
6.
There's a... You can't see the source of the voice, but it's familiar. You don't need to see it to hear the... There's a smile in it, but there's also a little bit of finality. It is a countdown. The rest of you watch as something just hit Reaver square in the chest, and he topples over. And in that moment where suddenly he topples over, and you see the life leave his body, he looks very much like a young 16-year-old kid. And on that note, we're going to end tonight's session.